Foreign chick in a foreign two-seater. Black car, 50 cal, Desert Eagle. Car work, break bread with my people. Octane stay smoking on the reefer. Head to toe, stay fresher than a preacher. Too high, too throwed, I'm geeking. No smoke, no beef like vegans. Money long, I'm good, I'm eating. Foreign chick in a foreign two-seater. Black car, 50 cal, Desert Eagle. Car work, break bread with my people. Octane stay smoking on the reefer. Head to toe, stay fresher than a preacher. Too high, too throwed, I'm geeking. No smoke, no beef like vegans. Money long, I'm good, I'm eating.
Affiliated, raised with the killers. Way before Facebook and Twitter. Bad guy feel like the realer. The land of odds feel like the wizard. Met a chick, say her name Crystal. Booty big, soft as some tissue. Corporated, started from a dealer. Steel curtain just like the Steelers. I'm in traffic doing what I want. Promoters call away from Arizona. Couple more, call from Oklahoma. Pockets bigger, you can say they grown up. Own pistol, never need a loaner. Own clientele, I've been a corner. Willie Nelson, guess I've been a stoner. These rappers fake, Bart Simpson, Homer. Saddle up, but we ain't ride horses. Designer shoe, but still rockin' forces. In the trap, we never had choices. I'm paranoid, I think I'm hearing voices. Seeing what I say, I'm paying portraits. No matter what, you never can afford it. I'm the shit, I think I need a toilet. Out of sandwich bags, I guess I gotta foil it.
Foreign chick in a foreign two-seater. Black car, 50 cal, Desert Eagle. Car work, break bread with my people. Octane stay smoking on the reefer. Head to toe, stay fresher than a preacher. Too high, too throwed, I'm geeking. No smoke, no beef like vegans. Money long, I'm good, I'm eating. Foreign chick in a foreign two-seater. Black car, 50 cal, Desert Eagle. Car work, break bread with my people. Octane stay smoking on the reefer. Head to toe, stay fresher than a preacher. Too high, too throwed, I'm geeking. No smoke, no beef like vegans. Money long, I'm good, I'm eating. Hotline, my phone stay ringing. 4 grand iced out my pink. Too loud, smoking gas, no secret. I fought a loop, late night creeping. Too high, too throwed, I'm geeking. Party all night, ain't no sleep. Money up, I'm good, I'm eating. Red bone from the back, I'm beating. She calling out my name like the weekend. Drippin' sauce, steady nutrients. Hopping out, feeling coopage. Drop the top, I don't know where the roof is. I stay in exclusive, Punta Cana resort all inclusive. I don't want that little bitch, she a nuisance. Burn her brain, drop her off, throw them deuces. Golden State, all my niggas some shooters. 50 cat F&M and them Rugers. Told her package, I'm flexing, let's Luger. On the prowl for some milk for some cougars. 12 inches, they calling me ruler. Dick 'em down when I'm done, call her Uber. Dick 'em down when I'm done, call her Uber. Dick her down when I'm done, call her Uber.
She jogging, she want me to get her. She all on my Facebook, she all on my Twitter. She sending me picture text, she all on my telephone. She email the hell out me, can't get her to leave me alone. She jogging, she want me to get her. She all on my Facebook, she all on my Twitter. She sending me picture text, she all on my telephone. She email the hell out me, can't get her to leave me alone.
Can't get her to leave me alone. She all on my email, she sending me text message, she all on my voicemail. She say she my biggest fan, I don't know what's wrong with her. She started on Facebook and followed me on Twitter. She all up on MySpace, she sending me naked pictures. I just got a Boost Mobile and shouted to chirping nigga. She want me to get with her, I'm thinking about going in. After she has some friends that don't mind joining in. We back at the hotel, I call up the MoneyBoy. Shawty a real freak cause she breaking out sex toys. She giving us all head, pussy and titties right. I'm pulling them X pills, I'm giving a straight pipe. I can go all night, baby, can you hang? Call me John Witherspoon, cause I wanna just bang, bang. I can go all night, baby, can you hang? Call me John Witherspoon, cause I wanna just bang, bang.
She jogging, she want me to get her. She all on my Facebook, she all on my Twitter. She sending me picture text, she all on my telephone. She email the hell out me, can't get her to leave me alone. She jogging, she want me to get her. She all on my Facebook, she all on my Twitter. She sending me picture text, she all on my telephone. She email the hell out me, can't get her to leave me alone.
Yes indeed, baby girl just hit me up on tweet. Don't waste my time, girl, best believe that I'ma be the one that you need. Just take a look at me, I'm fresh to my waistline. Waist down, crown, hold the bankroll, hands down, ain't I flyer than the extraterrestrial? She all on my zipper now, thank you for my testicle. I'ma be the only one that's ever been the best of them. Never start acting all crazy like the rest of them. We can have something good, kinda like forever. If you know I'm being number 2 or kissing on Heather. Oh, Is that too much? Well, it really doesn't matter. I get girls by the dozen. Aunties, sisters, and cousins with a world-class car to fit the girls in.
She jogging, she want me to get her. She all on my Facebook, she all on my Twitter. She sending me picture text, she all on my telephone. She let the hell on me, can't get her to leave it alone. She jogging, she want me to get her. She all on my Facebook, she all on my Twitter. She sending me picture text, she all on my telephone. She let the hell on me, can't get her to leave it alone.
No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't want no smoke. They saying my name, look in the mirror. Shout it 3 times and I might appear. These niggas is lame, die for the fame. Rerouted my ship like a buccaneer. I play my position, trust my intuition. Move when it's time like the minute hand. I'm snoozing the clock, I be tired, man. I run up the check like a Nike fan. I get it to go, I Uber my eats. Bread on the move, the debit truck. Say what you want, I'm making my plays. I'm deaf to the drama, I don't give a fuck. I blocked out the chatter, my pockets got fatter. I'm serving them up like a tennis ball. I'm close to the net, I can't hear it all. I'm killing them easily, fentanyl. I carry my cannon cause niggas be plotting. Watching and planning, they wildin' out. You thinking it's sweet, get tricked off the streets. Now pussy, they be only dialing out. The harder the head, the softer the air. Grandmama told you, go take a seat. I'm pinching my pennies, I wanted a Bentley. You rapping and broke, boy talking cheap. Speaking in riddles, your vocab is little. Passing out threats like a python. What you saying is cap, tag on your head. Shooting your code with a price gun. They claiming they grown, but ain't got their own. A clone with a phone, pocket down. In all of the movies, the villain gon' die. Him all alone, Joker smile. No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Nigga don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't joke no more. No, oh, no, oh, oh, no. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't want no smoke. No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't joke no more. No, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Niggas don't talk no more. Niggas don't walk no more. Niggas don't want no smoke.
His mama died, he apologized. He's not who, he's televised. I tell a lie, just a lie, a lie. His pants on fire, no lie, a lie. Fuck friends, fuck family. Fuck niggas, a lot of enemies. He go back and forth with the best of them. Straight drop, he tested them. All my niggas, they gang bang. If you don't see me with them, we insane gang. Number 1 rule, no hating, man. Niggas mad about donations, man. No, 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 no. JJ ain't pull up yet. Nike on my feet, he ain't got no check. Pussy ass niggas still living no smoke.
Don't want no more. Certified student, grip the Mac like a pro. Posted up, pocket full of dimes at the store. Mr. Double Up, got nothing for the low. Close out, sell, everything gotta go. Yes, sir, everything gotta go. I used to be cool with a nigga from the south, buddy. I was running his mouth, acting just like a hoe. Now what, bitch? Put it all on the floor. Better watch your mouth, cause you know you a hoe. Dressing all black, 3 killers at the door. Make a ghost at the mob, bitch. I really want to smoke. Now what, nigga? You a pussy, you a joke. Say the 4 shots like a nigga rip a boat. Dressing all black, 3 killers at the door. Make a ghost at the mob, bitch. I really want to smoke. No. It's 2:32 in the morning. We in the booth high in the motherfucker. State gang, the mob. True sippers. We in too deep. It's a lot of motherfucking hating going on, but that ain't shit, man. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my pocket, same side as potatoes. Money gotta shine, so money gotta bubble. You say you icy, but your diamonds looking super cluttered. I look like a star, call me the Big Dipper. I keep a pocket full of faces, paper ain't an issue. Shawty jock and say look like I'm signing Def Jam. I'm independent, baby girl, I'm just going ham. She say she love my diamonds, she wanna wear my jewelry. I'm a lot of big bitch, call me Stephen Curry. Club pitch black dog, but my chest glowing. I'm kinda cocky, talking shit like I'm Terrell Owen. A Mary Jean, Jordan 12 and a white tee, look like I'm shooting a movie every day. Call me Spike Lee. Still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knot in my
pocket same size as potatoes. The money still coming. These niggas still hate. These bitches still choose. I'm in the streets daily. Hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knock in my pocket same size as potatoes. I'm with a white bitch, same color in my kids. If you got your money right, you get them all white bricks. You can tell a nigga shining, take a look at my wrist. Got them all red diamond like your girl lipstick. I got these hoes sick, I got these hater mad. I'm popping rose bottle, I'm rocking Gucci tag. Got a stupid crazy swag, nothing like you wanna be. Some Texas, they Brazil, 2 for 20 up in Applebee's. I look just like a masterpiece. You should hang me on the wall when she wants some dope dick. I'm the one your bitch can call, getting money all year. Winter, summer, spring, and fall. Nickname, shout it low, nigga, I done it all. State gang. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knock in my pocket, same size as potatoes. The money still coming, these niggas still hate, these bitches still choosing. I'm in the streets daily, hopping out fresh courtesy of the yayo. Got a knock in my pocket, same size as potatoes.
And here's MoneyBoy Trey. Ta-da!
Damn it, I thought I was talking. Good evening, people. Good evening. How y'all doing? Woody testified again today. He had on a Letterman jacket. I can't recall if anything interesting happened today because I fell asleep on it. But yeah, we're gonna run through, finish what he did last night, and then get to today. So I don't even know if he's coming back tomorrow or not.
Today he looked like Richie Cunningham from fucking Happy Days.
I know he had on a Letterman jacket.
Anyhow, shall I roll it?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
1.25.
All right.
Studio the Friday night before Donovan Thomas was killed, correct?
I probably did. I don't remember what. I don't know.
He better tell everybody. I'm waiting on him to say he shot that thing up.
Yeah, we never got to
somebody actually got shot in that. Rich Homie Quan daddy got shot like 2 or 3 times in that altercation.
Now, during this same January 28th interview, did you tell Detective Gaith and Detective Dennis that you actually owned a chopper, a gun, a chopper?
So there's no point in me trying to protect him no more because he did. But
You were making a comment about someone being deceased and passed away.
what you were saying?
He got threat tatted on his face.
In the same interview with Detective Gaith and Detective Dennis, did you tell them that back in January 2015 that you when they asked you what type of gun you had, and you told them that you had a chopper?
Can you say that again?
Sure. In this same January interview where you're meeting with Detective Gaith,
he looks agitated.
They asked you what type of gun you had. Do you recall telling them that you had a chopper?
No, I don't recall what I just said to them.
And that's
he has to be the most famous witness in U.S. history.
I don't recall.
No, I still think Kato.
I will know. I told you he had the little mob suit on yesterday. Kato, Kalen, he wasn't. Nobody cared about this nigga's testimony.
Now
he's still the most famous witness. People still say his name.
Protect them anymore. Who are you?
Nah, I ain't heard Kato Kalen's name in 20 years, sir.
But the young man who passed away.
Lil Woody is everywhere.
Where would you be protecting him from?
Except the white America.
I don't want to talk about it.
And let me ask you this: back in 2015,
maybe if social media existed back then, nobody even know who the fuck this guy is.
Yes.
And one, I'm sorry to hear about your loss. In 2015, was Tay shot at by If gang members while he was sitting in his vehicle back in 2015?
How I supposed to know?
Do you recall talking to Detective Gates and Detective Dennis about him being shot at in his car?
I don't recall.
Like, if I said, I don't recall.
And
That'll be what he saved it
is
for.
this
I
running
don't
for Vontae Turner? You're shaking your head. Is that a yes for the record?
Yes.
Back in 2015, did Javante Turner consider himself a part of YSL?
No.
Do you recall Detective Gates and Detective Dennis talking about the fact that he was shot up by If Gang in the midst of the beef between YSL and If Gang?
All right. Threat had beef with Rich Homie Quan. I don't know what they beef was about, but Threat had beef with Rich Homie Quan, and he was on his ass. I'm sorry.
Who was on whose?
Threat was on Rich Homie, and
all up in it.
What did she say? What was it? Who was on his behind?
It was on Rich Homie, and Drake got into it with Nut, That's it.
And at the time, was Rich Homie
Drake killed Nut.
with If Gang?
He gave Threat the car.
Let me ask this first. Are you talking about Rich Homie Quan and Threat? Was this back in 2015?
What you mean?
What you were just telling me?
No, it was 2014. I think it was one of them years.
And at the time, was Rich Homie Quan claiming affiliation with If Gang?
I don't know what Rich Homie was claiming.
And you said that Threat got into it with Nut in them.
I don't know. I don't know how it went, but I know that. Yeah, Threat like that.
Okay. Is that what started the beef between YSL and If Gang?
Threat wasn't YSL. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people, YSL is not what y'all making it be. Like, I keep telling y'all that a person can wake up and say, Atlanta is a monkey see, monkey do city. Like, you see people doing something, you just do it. And people.
I gotta point out, he's kind of correct on that because Gunna is a Crip, and he was signed to YSL, and he got on. He in his plea he said YSL was a gang, which is kind of weird because most of the people in YSL are Bloods.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, the Crip told on the Bloods. You have to see the irony in that.
Oh yeah, I say, I take a picture and say on YSL or whatever, but Threat was MDC. You know what I mean? There wasn't no YSL or that shit.
Did he ever stop claiming MDC and claim YSL?
Nah, we don't switch up. That's just what it is.
And you said he claimed MDC. What's MDC?
I don't know.
Okay, but if you said he claimed it, do you not know?
You knew he's claiming MDC, but you didn't know what it means.
So when you say he's claiming MDC, what do you mean? When you say he's claiming MDC, what do you mean?
I don't ask questions. That's what I mean.
Okay. Is MDC a music group?
Ask them.
I'm asking you.
Is it Mechanical Bloods? I don't know.
Okay. Are they a music group?
Huh?
Are they a music group?
Sustain.
Does MDC stand for Most Dangerous Clique?
That's them.
I'm
from Canada.
Okay, but you said he claims MDC, so I'm asking you, does it stand for Most Dangerous Clique?
If I say yeah, and that ain't what it stands for, you're gonna say I'm lying. So I don't know what it stands for.
Okay. Do you recall
He's staring a hole through this woman
about members of MDC beating up Little D from Mechanicsville in Club Crucial?
I don't recall. Probably so. I ain't no telling.
Do you know if members of MDC beat up Demikion or Little D from Mechanicsville in Club Crucial?
They did. I was laughing too.
And MDC, are they from Bowen Homes?
No, that's me. That's them.
Did you tell Detective Gaither Dennis in an interview that you were cool with MDC dudes because you grew up in Bowen Homes and they from Bowen Homes?
I'm from Canada.
But that you spent some time, did you spend time in Bowen Homes?
I don't recall.
Okay. You don't recall living in Bowen Homes before moving to Mechanicsville?
Oh, I stayed in Bowen Homes.
Okay. And did you tell Detective Gaither and Dennis that you stayed in Bowen Homes prior to moving to Mechanicsville?
I don't know if I told them that.
Okay. And that because you did stay in Bowen Homes, you were cool with a lot of the dudes in MDC. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that?
I don't recall.
You two so inconsistent. No, I'm saying on the last night's this trial here, I know we ain't do no cussing. It was court.
You said you played MDC.
It's not monetized on MoneyBoy Trade where it got the most views, but on Pettigo, it's screen lit. It's just no consistency.
I'm asking, what did you mean?
We ain't do no cussing last night because it's court. No reason to cuss.
Really? That's it?
No, we didn't do any cussing. In court, they not going off the rails.
Okay, so what did you mean when you said that?
You said something about was he YSL or something. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, you can't tie my friends into what nobody else got going on. Like, when you speaking on gangs, you know what I mean? A gang is a gang. That shit don't have nothing to do with nothing else.
Gang?
I'm sorry, I didn't frustrated me up here.
That's fine. So what did you mean? I'm asking a very specific question. What did you mean when you said he claimed MDC? What does that mean to claim it?
I guess you gotta Google it then.
Because she's not asking what does it mean objectively. She's asking what did you mean when you said it?
I just said it, I don't know.
He's staring a hole in this woman. She ain't looking at him either. Because remember, he told her once to, can you look me in the eyes? She's like, no.
Now,
he got her spit. She don't know what it is.
He does have a like an intimidating mean face.
All right. Now, earlier we talked about you talking to
Oh, he looks
back in
short.
2015.
I don't know how tall he is, but
do you recall?
He's short. He like 5'6".
Some items that were stolen from him.
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall? Is it true that you told Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that prior to Nut passing away, that someone broke into his car, and you ended up with the merchandise from his car being broken into?
I recall telling you in a bedroom somewhere in this courthouse that I lied, and I'm being truthful today by telling you that I made it up. So what I said to the investigators in the past, I came forward and told you that I was in the room by myself when I told you that. I don't have no reason to lie. Don't nobody intimidate me. I'm not trying to protect nobody, no nothing. But I'm not going to sit up here and tell a lie that I can't keep up with. That's just it. I don't know. Like, what you talking about?
Okay.
Is you talking about the secret squirrel meeting?
What you told me, but I'm going to ask you first. Did you tell back in 2015 that you met up with Nut because someone stole some of his items and you gave him those items?
I don't recall.
Okay. Now, speaking about what you told me, do you recall telling me and my investigator Long that it was actually you who stole the items and then you returned it back to him?
I paid too much.
Okay. But do you recall telling myself and investigator Long that you actually took those items but you didn't return them?
I did tell you that.
Okay. But more importantly, that you actually met up with Nut. Do you recall telling the police that you met up with Nut to give him back those items that were stolen?
I probably did.
You probably did tell the police, or you probably did meet up with him to return the items to him?
I probably did tell that to the police.
Do you have any independent?
Because he's angry. He don't want to be there.
I did.
You did return those items?
I did give him his stuff back.
So that was something truthful that you told the police?
That was.
Okay.
I don't know if I told it to the police or I told it to you.
Isn't it true you also told Detective Gates and Detective Dennis in January of 2015 that you called Nut and said, hey man, I got your shit right here, pull up on me, and he came and pulled up on me and you gave him his stuff back?
Take a little bit of lie and put it with it, take a little bit of truth and put it with a lie. That's what I do.
And also, during the same meeting that you met Nut to give him back his stuff, you talked to him about the beef you were having with him and Kel. With you and Kel, I apologize.
Can you say it again?
Sure. In the same meeting that you gave Nut back his stuff, you and Nut talked about the beef that you were having with Kel.
So when I gave Nut his stuff back, I didn't like the way he looked at me. So we didn't have no conversation. He seen all the people I had with me. He got his stuff back, said appreciate it, and he left. So what I told investigators was,
I didn't like how he
don't
looked
what
at
I
me.
told them, but I remember giving him his stuff back, and I didn't like the way that he looked at me.
Okay. Did you remember telling Detective Gates and Detective Dennis that you and Nut had never had any beef and never had any issues?
I don't recall.
He stole Nut shit and sold it back to him.
When you met with Nut, do you remember who you were with?
I ain't telling you.
Okay, so do you remember who you were with?
There was a lot of people with me.
Okay. Who were some of the people that were with you?
I can't recall.
Well, you just told me that you weren't going to tell me, so...
Because it was a lot of people with me.
How many people did you have with you?
More than 5.
Did Nut have anyone with him?
I think so.
Do you remember who that was?
Yeah, I don't know them by name though. He had 2 or 3 people with him.
Okay. Do you remember telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that he had his brother Greedy with him?
I don't recall.
And that Greedy pulled up in the gray Impala, and then Nut pulled up in his Tahoe truck, his green Tahoe.
From what I remember was I was already talking to Nut when that great car pulled up.
Okay. And was Nut in his green Tahoe truck? Do you remember?
Damn, I can't really recall what Nut was in.
Okay.
He may have. I ain't pay attention to his car. It's just the way the other car pulled up that made me pay attention.
Okay, so did you not like how Greedy pulled up?
Yeah.
Okay, so was your issue with the way Greedy pulled up, or your issue was with Nut?
The way they did. I don't recall.
You didn't change your name again, can't handle the truth. Well, you took to some people off.
Well, at least she's not white
While you're
anymore.
looking through your notes, we haven't had a break in a little while. It's probably time to at least stretch. Let's take a quick break.
Thank you.
I don't know how long the break is. I guess you could skip forward or do 2.
There we go.
Now, Mr. Copeland, we just talked about MDC, and I want to go back very quickly.
Long
to the
ass
shooting
names.
at the gambling house in Lakewood. Do you remember us talking about that a little bit earlier? And when we talked about it earlier, do you recall back in 2015, in the same January 2015 interview, telling the detectives that initially you all thought it was MDC that shot at you at the gambling house?
Can you say that again?
Sure. When discussing the gambling house shooting, initially, do you remember telling Detective Gaither that initially you all thought that it was MDC that shot at you all at the gambling house?
I know MDC didn't shoot at us. By me.
And when you talked to Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis about the shooting, you actually went into some details about what happened that night of the shooting. Do you recall doing that?
What you mean?
Like telling Detective Gaither, giving them details about what happened the night of the shooting.
I remember what happened, but I don't remember what I told the police.
Okay, what do you remember happening?
Niggas were shooting at us. People were shooting at us.
And where were you all? Where were you standing when they were shooting at you?
Outside.
Okay, and you said they were shooting at us. Who else was out there with you?
A lot of people, little kids. I can't be specific. Who was out there?
Okay. Do you
Not Pacific.
Telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that Thug was out there with you?
I don't recall.
Okay. And that the individuals started shooting from the bushes.
Y'all notice Grace been trying to put her best pictures on her thumbnail. This shit is funny.
She ended up having to run behind a young woman.
Y'all people got to stop taking me so seriously. I mean, she is trying to find her best photos from 7 years ago.
Do you recall telling the investigators that at the Cascade skating ring, you confronted Kel about them shooting at you all from the bushes?
What happened in Nut got nothing to do with YSL. Did some shit. Excuse me, language. This got everything to do with threat. You know what I mean? I was trying to protect threat from the get-go. You know what I mean? Threat, and
Threat kill Nut.
what's going on? Like,
And Woody gave him the cop.
In the house when he got shot up by Kel.
Let's see.
you said nothing I say can be used against me.
That's right.
Me and
Here you
Threat
go.
Rich Homie Coin at the barbershop on Bankhead.
Woo!
Threat and Rich Homie Coin, but I'ma ride with my brother. And
Kiki, play it back, gang.
Yeah, I missed
True! He a killer, True. He tried to kill a nigga.
Tell Detective Gaither.
The barbershop wasn't empty when he went in and tried to shoot it up.
Tell Detective Gaither.
Rich Homie Quan daddy caught some bullets.
Behind a young woman
Oh shit, you
Go ahead,
fucked
Blake.
up, didn't you?
who was out there.
No, I just
I don't recall what I
remember.
told the investigators.
What's wrong around here?
And do you recall telling the investigators that at the Cascade skating ring, you confronted Kel about them shooting at you all from the bushes?
What happened in Nut got nothing to do with YSL. This some shit. Excuse me, language. This got everything to do with threat. You know what I mean? I was trying to protect threat from the get-go. You know what I mean? Threat, and they had some more stuff going on. Like,
Was Threat at the gambling house when he got shot up by Kel?
you said nothing I say can be used against me.
Here we go.
That's right.
Me and Threat shot up Rich Homie Coin at the barbershop on Bankhead. I don't know what happened with Threat and Rich Homie Coin, but I'ma ride with my brother. And they was beefing. And yeah, we pulled up and did that.
Okay. And as a result of, why did you and Threat shoot up Rich Homie Quan Daddy's barbershop?
Because I'ma ride with Threat.
Okay. Did Threat tell you why he was
I
shooting
don't
up the
ask no
barbershop?
questions. I just say let go.
And when Rich Homie Quan's barbershop was shot up, was that in September of 2014? Do you remember?
I don't know when. I know we went up there and shot it up.
Okay. Was it before?
It definitely was in 2014.
Yeah.
They pulled up the TMZ article from it.
Do you remember what happened?
They were saying that a TMZ article said that they shot it up in an attempt to rob it, but he ain't said nothing about robbing. They just went to shoot.
Went to the barbershop and shooting it up.
I told him they go do it.
What led up to you saying, let's go do it? Why?
Threat was mad. He was like, he fucking keep scaring my language. He was talking, playing like we somebody to play with, and I was ready. I had them choppers on deck.
On deck. Truth, he had them choppers on deck.
He wanted to shoot up his daddy's shop.
Cause we didn't know where he was.
So did you go to the shop looking for Rich Homie Quan?
No, we went to send a message.
He a killer.
What time did you go and shoot up?
I ain't telling you that.
Okay.
I tell you, I shot it up, but not what time. Why wouldn't he tell what time they went and it can't be used against him?
Rich Homie Quan's daddy's shop to send a message.
No, he said what he said, and I told him let's go do it.
You said that you all went to go send a message. What message were you sending?
Yes, shooting.
Did
Nigga, what do you like, woman? In all the scenes in mob movies, drug movies, and shit, they go after the family if they can't get you. Why are you acting like you didn't know the message they were trying to send?
Yeah, like
The
Godfather
message was we got beef with you, but since we can't find you because you protected, we know where your folks at.
They did in Godfather 2. Michael's house got shot up because Fredo set him up.
Well, that's the thing. They didn't decide. They didn't say. They never clarified if the feds could do it or not. The statute of limitations on his, because I guess it would be. Well, no, that would be attempted murder and aggravated assault. Because dude actually got hit a couple times. I don't know if the feds can pick it up or not.
Prior to you all having to go send a message.
Yeah, but I don't know nothing about it.
So how do you know something happened if you don't know anything about it?
Because I can't say for facts if it's the truth.
He had them choppers on deck. You heard them, Truth.
Now, did this shooting
What you say?
Rich Homie Quan's dad's
You heard
barbershop-
Woody say he had them choppers on deck and went and shot the barbershop up where a nigga got hit. So this is at least 2 shootings we know Woody was involved in where people were actually hit with bullets.
And even asked the judge, nothing happened, right?
Is this still the first day of testimony? Because you know he testified again today, right?
Yeah, this still day 1.
I was gonna say I know he would have sued today again.
Matt,
all right.
Matt, just like this, is like the jurisdiction they have is if the state loses and they want to pick up Fed charges on this, because it's right now they're being charged under a state RICO, which all states don't have, but the feds typically do RICO. So if they wanted to do a RICO based off their evidence, it's the same jurisdiction. Now, as far as Woody's crimes, though, I don't know, though. They were asking him, and that was what they were trying to tell him in the ex parte meeting, that he had full immunity over everything, but they were unsure about it. They still don't know. He never got a complete answer whether the feds could come in and charge him with some shit based off his testimony. His immunity is for the local level, as far as I know. But feds coming, that's what just happened to Boosie. Boosie had the little state charge in California. As soon as he walked out of court, they dismissed it. The feds walked right up to him and arrested him.
Start the beef between If Gang and YSL.
The beef was never between If Gang and YSL.
Okay.
The beef was between me, Threat, and Shell Care. Rich Homie Corn. Because Shell Care was trying to ride Rich Homie Corn. The streets threw YSL into what me and Threat had going on.
Now he recalled.
Well, that takes me back to the shooting at Lakewood, right?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. You just said that the streets brought YSL into what you and Threat had going on, correct? That's what you just said? Is that a yes for the record?
Yes, my bad.
So going back to the shooting at the gambling house, when you learned that Shell Kell was the one who shot up Thug's vehicle, did you and Shell Kell squash your beef when the two of you met at the Cascade skating rink?
Nothing I say could be used in no courtroom.
That is correct.
Federal or state?
Good question, Woody.
The immunity or?
Nothing can be used. Correct.
And what your question was?
He said, good question, Woody.
That was a good question. That was.
Did the two of you shake hands and said that the beef was...
Well, there you go, Matt. They can't do
at
it.
the Cascade skating rink.
I put a gun out on him.
Cascade
skating rink.
Okay.
True! This nigga have a lot of guns for him not to be a killer.
What else?
He stay ready to up the pistol on somebody.
He look crazy. Look at him. He look like he just straight foolish.
Are you riding in the drop top?
Why you in my business?
Cause it sound like you riding in the drop top.
I'm on mute.
She don't recall.
You don't
the
call.
gun on Shell Kell, what happened?
I had somebody with me that I didn't want to get caught up in my bullshit, my shenanigans. I can't recall.
Well, if somebody you just...
I can't remember who it was with me.
Okay. So how do you know you didn't want them caught up in your shenanigans?
Because I wanted to put nobody else in my... I just wasn't going to do that.
Okay. So after you pulled the gun out on him, did you shake hands with him to say that the beef was over between the two of you?
Shaking hands to pulling gun on
I
him.
pulled the gun out and let him know I could have got you right now.
Okay. And you didn't shoot him?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So
I could have got you right now, though.
Back Gaither and Dennis back in January 2015, that you and Shell Kell shook hands and said that the beef was over, and y'all two were laughing about it.
Well, I'm talking to the police, so I'm not going to tell them what actually took place. If I knew that y'all was going to do what y'all doing today, I wouldn't never even did what I did.
Okay. And then after you told the police that you all shook hands, you told the police that Kell wanted you to FaceTime Thug.
Thug had nothing to do with what we had going on.
That's not what I'm asking you, Mr.
I'm
Copeland.
telling you the truth.
Did Kel shoot up or shoot the
This is
car
killing
that
their
Gayther house
case.
was shot up?
Hilarious though.
Everybody could got shot up, and I can't say if
They had to go right to Young Thug.
To say that.
He like, yes.
Was Thug's car one of the cars that was shot up the night that the gambling house was shot up?
My car was shot up, and a few other cars. I didn't see Thug's cars because once I came from behind the wall, everybody was scattering or pulling off.
So is your response that you don't know if Thug's car was shot up?
I don't recall if his car was shot. I doubt it was shot up because I seen it what a couple days later or whatever.
Did you tell the police?
Thug that got fat in jail.
Interview with Gayther and Dennis. That when Kel asked you to FaceTime Thug, you FaceTime Thug and said, "Hey Salam, the beef over with." So Thug was like, "Yeah, it's over with." And then Kel got on the phone and Thug started talking. And Thug said, "The beef ain't over with until you pay for my window. You shot my window."
But I told you I'd make anything up if I'm talking to investigators.
Okay. And they clarified and they asked you that what Kel said, and you said no. That's what Thug told Kel.
It don't take a rocket science to come up with. I don't recall what I told investigators. I know I wasn't gonna tell them that I put a gun on Sheriff Hill, and if I didn't have certain people with me, I was gonna do something to them.
Okay. And that, furthermore, you said you told Detective Gayther and Dennis, yeah, he shot Thug's window. So Thug, like, I don't care about none of that. About which one had going on. You still shot at me. Just pay for my window. If you don't pay for my window, hey man, I ain't letting nothing go. I looked at Kel and said, that's between y'all two. Do you recall telling Detective Gayther and Dennis that?
You know, I don't even talk like that.
All right. And then afterwards, they hung up from FaceTime, and Kel's like, "Nah, man, call Nut." And so you and Kel started talking, and you told Kel, "Just pay for the window. This shit over." And Kel's like, "Pay for the window? This nigga just tried me." Did you tell the police that that's what Kel told you after he got off the phone with Thug?
When I put that gun out on Sheriff Hill, I said I could have got you. He went his way, and I went mine.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gayther and Dennis that you actually did shoot at Kel's house back in June of 2015? In the interview in June of 2015, you actually told the police that you shot at Kel. Do you not recall that?
No, I don't.
Okay. So
I don't even think I got a chance to get him.
You said that.
He was gonna get him.
But Kel was around. Do you recall telling the police?
Can you say it again?
Sure.
I shot in the air, but what?
It was just represented that he told the police he shot at Cal, and now it's being represented he told the police he shot in the air while Cal was around.
All right, well, then maybe something he told the police too. I don't know. She can ask about it and he can answer whatever his recollection is of what he said to the police. Go ahead. Okay, well, that is true. So make sure that you have a basis for your questions.
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Looking at those pictures, did you also speak to detectives in June of 2015?
June? Yes.
Okay. And during that interview, do you recall telling the police that you actually did shoot at Kel, but you told them that you actually shot in the air, but Kel was around?
I love God too much to be shooting at him.
Okay. Do you recall telling the police that you shot in the air?
No, I don't. I don't even recall ever shooting in the air.
He said he loved guns too much to what?
Do you recall telling the detectives that you told Kel, you got a problem with Thug, you don't have a problem with me. That's over with, and y'all shook hands?
Yeah, I don't recall what I done told the investigators.
Now, in the same 2015 interview with Gayther and Dennis, after you spoke with them, Gayther and Dennis, about what led up to the shooting on the highway, do you recall giving them more detailed information about the shooting on the highway?
What? And that's what he said? I love God too much to shoot in the air? To shoot at him. Oh, shit.
They questioned me so many times.
Okay. Do you remember the interview being approximately 3 hours?
Man, he don't waste bullets.
In the course of that interview, do you recall talking to them about a number of different things?
Like, I don't recall.
Okay.
One shot, one kill.
And speaking with Gayther and Dennis about the shooting on the highway, Do you recall being at a pool party before the shooting occurred on the highway?
No.
Isn't it true that you told Detective Gates and Detective Dennis that you all were at someone's home or at the pool party and you were getting ready to leave when you saw Booshi, Booshi, get on the phone prior to you leaving the party?
I don't recall what I told the investigators.
Okay. And you actually thought Booshi might be setting you up?
She know better.
Okay. But did you think, did you tell the detective you thought that she might be setting you up?
I don't recall what I told the detectives.
And you thought that Booshi might be setting you up because her family was friends with Nutt's family?
I don't know who her family friends with. I don't even know who her family is.
Do you recall them saying in that same interview that once you all left the party, you all got on the highway and you got near, I believe it was Atlanta Medical Center back then. And that's the area in where the shooting occurred on the highway.
Can you say that again?
Sure. That after you left the pool party, you and I believe Shannon got into a car and you all left, and the route that you took was near Atlanta Medical Center.
Oh, I don't recall what I told the investigators.
For the millionth time, you don't recall.
The truth of the matter was I was trying to protect my friend. Threat.
Okay. Were you trying to protect Threat when you all were getting shot at on the highway?
I don't recall what you're talking about.
Was Threat in the car with you when you were getting shot at on the highway?
I don't recall.
Do you remember telling the detectives that you reached out to Yak Gotti because he was dating Booshi at the time? To tell him you thought that Booshi set him up?
I don't recall.
And when you spoke to Yak and you confronted him and said, your girl just set me up, he responded to you and said, who? Booshi? And then he told you he was gonna call you back. He hung up. He called back and said, she doesn't know what you're talking about, that she didn't set you up.
I don't recall.
Now, earlier we talked about who you hang with, or back in 2015, who you were hanging with back in January of 2015. And did you tell detectives in the same January interview, Detective Gaither and Dennis, that outside of Shannon and Little D from Mechanicsville, you're not going to see them hanging with anybody else?
I don't recall what I told the investigators.
Did you also tell them that there's not going to be one time that you don't see you and Little D together, no matter what?
I don't recall what I told the investigators. But Lil D is not he don't have my life, he not like me. Lil D is a pretty boy, he for the girls.
Okay, so when you say he's not like you, what do you mean?
I don't recall.
Okay, so why did you just say that?
I don't recall.
So when you say he's like the girls, what do you mean?
He's a pretty boy.
Okay.
He's not a troublemaker.
Oh, okay, so what does that mean? Why did you tell me that?
Lil D was only around for the girls.
So when he got beat up in the club, was that only for the girls?
Yeah. I don't know.
So if he's only about the girls.
Like, he's not a fighter, he's not a shooter, he's just a pretty boy.
Are you aware of Little D shooting at people's houses after he got beat up in the club in April of 2015?
No, Lil D don't know how to shoot no gun.
Were you aware of him being convicted for that?
Cause Lil D wanna be something that he ain't. So he probably took a charge. Ain't no telling.
Now, are you familiar with a person by the name of Trivia?
Who?
Antrivia?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Do you know of Moontoon having a girlfriend named Antrivia?
Oh, the girl. Yeah, I know. I don't know her. I know who you're talking about.
Okay. And Trivia, was she at one point in time also dating Shell Cal?
That's her.
I'm asking you.
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling the detectives about Trivia and about the issues you had with Trivia yourself?
I ain't had no issues with her.
Do you recall telling the detectives about Moontoon and Shell Cal getting into an argument at Club Crucial?
We grown, we men, we ain't doing no arguing, especially not over no girl.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis?
I would tell them anything.
And that their argument wasn't over a girl?
I don't recall.
Earlier, you talked about pulling a gun out on Shell Cal. Do you recall telling me that a few moments ago?
Yes.
All right. In the same January, I thought it was in June, but in the same January interview, do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you actually told Shell Cal that you almost shot at him and that you could have killed him if you wanted to? You actually told Detective Gaither.
If I got a chance, I would have.
Okay. But did you tell Detective Gaither that you told Shell Cal that you almost shot at him?
I don't recall.
Okay. And that you actually told him, I was this close to you, but I could have killed you if I wanted to?
No, I don't recall.
Okay. And that's when you told him, I ain't shoot at you, but I shot in the air. If I would have shot you, I could have got you.
You say that again?
Sure. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you actually did tell Shell Cal that you almost tried to shoot at him, but that you ended up shooting in the air?
I don't recall.
And that you told him, I would have shot you. I could have gotten to you, bro.
Anytime he got shot at? No, I don't recall.
And even when you told Detective Gaither that you intended to shoot at Shell Cal, were you arrested that day at all?
Because I'm not telling on myself.
But you told her what you told Shell Cal, which was that you were shooting at him.
I told her lies because I knew she wouldn't be able to go back and I knew she wouldn't go back and get nothing to prove that what I said was true.
Okay, but you just told this jury that you did try to shoot at Shell Cal, so that wasn't a lie, correct?
I put a gun out on her. It's a difference.
Now, after January 28th, did you then go back to the police department in February 20th after you, your daughter, and your child's mother were shot at when you were coming out the house?
They took me down there.
Okay. And when they took you down there, did you speak with the police?
I had no choice.
And did you tell them what happened to you?
I told them different stories.
What do you recall happening the day that you, your child, and your child's mother were shot at?
My child was crying. She wouldn't stop crying. We was taking her to the hospital. We came out the door. Somebody was out there waiting. And there we had.
Okay. When you went to come out, where were you? Where
Call
were
home.
You? Okay. And where were you taking your baby?
To the hospital.
And today, do you recall which hospital you were taking her to?
I think Sky's right. This one that I used to always take her to.
Okay. And once you walked out the house, what do you remember happening?
I look around. I seen the cussing at the stop sign, just sitting there. I walked towards the car. I walked towards my car, and I grabbed my baby mom's hand and pulled her closer to me. And the car pulled out like it did come, like they were trying to figure out which way they wanted to go. Then they turned my way. I told her to get down. I pulled the gun out, put my baby behind my back because she was in a car seat. I pulled my gun out. I can't remember if I threw my child in the back seat with my baby mama or if I just hit her behind my back. But the car rolled on side of me. I seen all the windows up, and I didn't just want to shoot anybody out for paranoia. So I waited. They rolled up, let they window down, and tried to shoot. And I shot all in their car.
And what happened after you shot at their car?
I ran around, grabbed my baby mama out the back seat, told her to duck behind me as we tried to go back into the apartment, and they got out the window and tried to shoot. They shot, and I shot back at them again, and then the car started making a lot of noise. They ran to a house, they jumped out, and I shot at them some more. Then the neighbors, somehow we couldn't get in, but she got in, and we ran it. The neighbors was in the house.
And the neighbor, the house you ran into, were they initially outside as well when the shooting first started? Do you remember?
I think it was, but I can't. It was so fast. I wasn't caring about it. My only mind was on my kid and my baby mom.
And when that occurred, did you feel the need that you had to protect your child and your child's mother?
That's my job.
And that's why you shot back?
That's my job.
Okay. And once everything occurred, did you wait for the police to come to tell them about what happened?
No, I was trying to dip, but when I came out, the police came so fast. Shit, they caught me.
And when they caught up with you, did you tell them everything you just told the jurors right now while you were still on the scene, still back at Carver Homes?
No, I lied and said that somebody named Tate was shooting back at them. And when he said he gonna call Gator, whatever her name is, I knew she was gonna be like, which Tate? So I just went ahead and told him I was shooting back.
Okay. So when you went down to the police department and you spoke with the detective, do you recall initially not wanting to tell them who shot at you or who you saw shooting at you?
So,
Leah, you gotta remember they asking him shit from 9-10 years ago.
I to this day I still never saw no one face. They detectives they pressured me. They kept asking me. I didn't know nobody. And then the next day they wanted the gun. They gave me 24 hours. I didn't give them the gun. They locked me up. And when they locked me up, they put me on isolation. They wouldn't let me out the room. I was going crazy. I was thinking about when nobody out there to protect my baby mom and my child. I was
engaged.
Yeah, I was going crazy in their room. So I just went putting things in my head.
They wanted the gun for one because he was a felon in possession of one. He shot back at some people and they were hit. So they wanted the gun so that they could be able to lock him up for being a felon in possession of a gun. That just go right without, they didn't have the gun and he was pretty much the victim. But if he provided them with the gun, they would have got him for being a felon in possession of the gun. They don't give a damn about him protecting himself or being the victim when he is a felon in possession. So he was smart not to give them the gun, but that's why they locked him up.
And I was requesting to speak to the police so I could say anything to get out, so I could get out there and do what I know.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the interview now on February 20th, 2015. And looking at those state's exhibits, can you find the one that's February 20th, 2015?
It's right in front of me.
And is that the one that you and Deshaun were in the interview room together?
Yes.
Right. And do you recall there being times in the interview that the detectives left and you and Deshaun were in there by yourself?
I can't really say how that interview went because the police don't question me so many times.
And in that interview,
Hit the cash app, hit the PayPal,
that
join
first
the
detective that
membership,
it was Tay.
send a super chat.
No, I don't know which. It was so many of them. I just know when I was still in Carbon Home, I tried to go outside to get the key from the car because I had already.
Yeah, he lied and told him he was gonna bring the gun back, but he already knew why they wanted the
That's when
gun.
the police caught me, and the first police that came up, he didn't know me and I didn't know him, so I just told him anything. But when he was like, "They getting a gang unit here," I was like, "Shit," because the gang unit know everybody I know, so I just told them. I shot back.
And even when you told me you shot back, you did not get arrested for shooting back at Tay.
But ma'am, he got arrested the next day because he didn't turn the gun in.
They searched me, and then he was like, "Okay, man, you're not under arrest, whatever." So he's like, "We just want to take you down for question." I'm like, "But if me and my baby mom got shot up, why you only taking me? If you're gonna lock me up, just gonna lock me up." And then one of the police because the police put like handcuffs, and he was like, "Nah, we don't need that." Told him put the handcuffs up, and he's like, "Man, come." I like, "Do I gotta go?" He's like, "Yeah, because I gotta get your statement." So I'm like, "Well, why she?" And he like, "She could come too."
Okay. And the both of you all went to the police department.
He took us down there.
All right. And she wasn't arrested, and you weren't arrested when you went down there.
No, we wasn't.
All right. And during that interview, do you recall them trying to find out from you who was the person that shot at you?
That's what he kept asking. I don't recall, but I know that's what he kept asking.
And you were concerned about telling them because you were concerned about snitching.
No, at that point, I didn't give a fuck about. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I didn't care about nothing or nobody walking this earth.
During that interview, do you recall the detective? And let me actually just strike that. The person who interviewed you, was it Detective Thorpe?
I don't have a clue who it was.
Okay. Do you remember being Detective Gates or Detective Dennis?
I remember them saying that the gang unit gonna come question me. I don't remember, I don't even know if they questioned me about this. I can't remember.
Okay. Do you remember the detective asking, or didn't the detective ask you, do you recognize anybody in the car that tonight there's any shot at you? Do you recognize anybody? And Deshaun says, I couldn't see their face. He asked you, you recognize who it is. I'm just waiting on you to be real with me about it. And you said, it won't stop it. And he says to you, so you saying the loyalty, not knowing who is out here shooting at your baby mama, your baby ain't gonna stop it? Because you can't sit here and tell me today who you recognize as a person who was shooting at you. And then you continue to say, I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I didn't shoot one of them. I haven't done nothing to them. I honestly haven't. They've been shooting up. I haven't retaliated not one time. I'm going to tell you why I haven't. Because I feel like police out to get me. Gaither called me. Guess what? They can call me. I put all my pride to the side. I put a lot of faith in her to handle. I'm sorry. And I put a lot of faith in her to handle this. And guess what? It's still going on. And he says to you,
Where's the question?
that he was concerned about snitching. Were you concerned about snitching?
No, I'm not. I wasn't concerned about snitching. It's more about getting whoever did that. So if I had to throw the police out by saying anything for the person who actually did.
Truth, what do you think he meant by getting that person?
Like my child, fuck jail.
Okay. Do you recall?
By saying getting that person?
One of your cousins.
Yeah, he said he wanted to get that person. Fuck telling the police he wanted to get back.
I ain't trying to see them.
But did you tell the detectives again? You were concerned about being labeled a snitch.
If that was the case, then I wouldn't be a snitch.
Isn't it true that you told the detectives your cousin, he's getting shot at? All this because they think he snitched. I'm already going through enough about something I didn't do. And I know if I was to tell you what was going on, as much as I know, they're going to be on the records and all this here. And you got to get him locked up. And he going to get his discovery package. First thing you're going to do is send the two places, to the street and to prison. And float it all around the city of Atlanta and then all around prison. But my name's over that. I'm not going out that way. No, I'm not going through none of that. Look, they shot at me, my girl, and my baby. Almost shot my face off as we were running. I'm not for sure. But I thought I heard one of the bullets hit the car seat and grazed the car seat. I don't know.
I've been in jail so many times that I know whatever I say to the police will be in black and white. They have me no concern about being labeled a snitch or being concerned about being labeled a snitch. The way I live and the way my mind set up is, I don't care how nobody label me. like I told you, somebody shot me like my child.
And with that, the detective tried to encourage you to tell who you saw, and you would not. Is that true?
My right-handed guard, Detective Gaither, told me who shot at me. She asked me, did I see one of the people? And when she said that, I was like, I didn't see this boy, no nothing. First thing came to my mind, why you bring his name up? I didn't know no blood was in the car, I didn't know nothing. And when they told me that and she brought his name up, I knew who shot at me then.
Didn't you send to Detective Gaither, and the day after this interview, a picture of the person who shot at you in the car?
Tay never shot at me.
Okay. But
there was a throw off.
But you sent her that picture, correct?
I can't recall. If I did, I probably did. But my whole motive was to get who, in my heart, like I said last time, and to this day right here, I have seen Tay after the fact, and I didn't do nothing to him because I knew 100% fact that this boy didn't shoot at me or do nothing to me. The pressure that the Atlanta police put on me was just like to say anything at this point, because at the end of the day, I know this boy didn't shoot at me. Y'all went to lock them up and charge him. The DA office called me, and when I was in, they didn't call me, they called Deshaun. When I was in jail, they was talking to her, and they were saying something about trial. I told them people on the phone while I was in jail back in whatever year that was, that he wasn't the person that shot us. I'm not protecting him. And to the day, he's out wherever he at. I'm not protecting him. I never saw him shoot at me.
Okay. In the same February 20th interview, do you recall there being a period of time when the detective left the room and it was only you and Deshaun in the room speaking?
I don't recall nothing that took place in the interrogation. But as we speak today, I'm telling you what I recall. When they shot at me with me, Deshaun, and my child, I remember every second of that night. I still see it every night I go to sleep. I still want this it.
And is it true that
he still want revenge?
When Detective Curry left the room, it was just you and Deshaun, you said to her, this shit not gonna work. Sit right here and be a damn snitch, so I'm gonna keep going. And she says to you, why are you acting like you did? I didn't. They want me to say I did. Well, you should have said no. I thought you know all of them. And you said, I do know who it was. You were just saying you didn't know what to say. I did. When he jumped out the car, I know exactly who I saw. And she said, who? And he said, this shit got my blood pressure up. I think they did.
His blood pressure always up.
Right here, something with the police right here. They had to be walking somewhere. They could have ran up to the car. And then you said, it's Tay and them. Do you recall telling Deshaun that when it was just the two of you in the room?
I don't recall saying that, but I have watched First 48, and any of my family members will tell you, I don't never watch police all day. Any movie, I just watch and learn how they operate. When that police left out, I knew they were still recording us. Like I said, I like it.
So why wouldn't, so if you told the detectives, I don't know who shot me, why didn't you just continue to say that if you knew the cameras were running? Why didn't you just tell Deshaun that knowing that the cameras were running?
Because my whole motive is to convince the police that I'm going to tell them the truth.
But you already convinced them, according to you, by telling them you didn't know who shot you, correct?
But you got to understand the difference, like how you put pressure on me now. You keep applying pressure. You know what I mean? Like at this point, I'm liable to say anything, but the truth of the matter is I don't know who shot at me. Until Detective Gaither said one of the boys' name. And when she said one of the boys' name, she said blood. And when they locked me up the next day, I was in what's name, and one of the boys came in like, he just came from Cub home, and they found he told me some story that happened that I was like, what? I put 2 and 2 together, and that's how I knew who shot at me.
Was Detective Gaither in the room when you were talking to Deshaun?
I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm talking about the whole time frame. When that investigator questioned me, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't. I know Tay personally. Like,
I think it was my thumbnail that had nigger in it.
Yeah, I know. Like, I know Tay.
It kept me from being monetized.
You just said you knew Tay.
The words from the song was caught on the thumbnail.
That Tay had just been at your house a few days before the shooting?
Exactly. I invited him there.
Exactly. And you told the detective that's how you knew who he was, because he had been to your house.
You want to tell you why I invited Tay to my house? I'm not even gonna do him like that. No, I'm not telling y'all that.
Okay. I'm not asking you to tell me.
They were gonna kill him.
Were you concerned about snitching, which is why you did not want to initially tell Detective Curry who shot at you?
Sustained.
After, in that same February interview, once Detective Curry left the room and you had an opportunity to talk to Deshaun, do you remember Detective Curry coming back into the room and speaking with you some more?
I don't recall how the interrogation went.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Do you recall being concerned that there was a whole gang after you because they thought that you had killed Nut?
I wouldn't be in the streets if that was the case.
Didn't you tell the detective at this February 20th interview, I can't run from it. It's a whole gang after me. Different niggas every day. It could be different niggas every day. Every day.
I was telling the investigators anything where I could be a victim, because if I caught one of them down bad, I'd be justified.
When you say caught them down bad, what does that mean?
Self-explanatory.
It's not. If you can tell me, what does that mean?
I don't recall.
Okay, so why did you just say that?
I don't know.
And in February of 2015, when you had this initial interview after you and your child mother was shot at, did you just want the police to do their job and find out who killed Nut so that people would stop coming after you?
Can you say it again?
Sure. In February of 2015, when you had this initial interview, did you just want the police to do their job so that people could stop coming after you? You wanted them to find out who killed Nut so people could stop coming after you.
You saying, did I say that?
Yes.
I guess I don't recall. I think so. I don't know.
Were you tired of people coming after you thinking that you killed Nut?
I was tired of getting shot at.
And were you getting shot at because people thought you killed Nut?
Sustained.
Did you believe that you were getting shot at because people thought you killed Nut?
Well, I was getting shot at before that.
I'm talking about in January 2015.
I never got shot at in January 2015. I think I got shot at in February or something like that.
When you were shot at and while you were in the car, was that in January 2015?
I don't recall. The only time I remember getting shot at is when I had my daughter. That's the only time I think I got shot at, if I'm not mistaken. After Nut got killed.
And you said you don't recall the time on the highway.
I don't remember if it was before or after he got killed. I told you I've been shot at a lot.
Now, you said that you finessed them because they wanted the gun that you used to shoot back at the individuals who shot at you. What happened to that gun?
How do I know?
What did you do with the gun after you shot at them?
What gun?
The gun that you used to shoot at the individuals who shot at you.
I don't know nothing about no gun. I don't recall.
Okay. Did you just months ago that while your baby was in your hand, you took the gun and shot at these individuals who shot at you?
Oh, I told them I throw the gun in the woods.
Who did you tell that to?
The police, they caught me there that night. And they went to search the woods and they said they couldn't find me.
All right. Did you tell the detective who you were interviewing with that the gun was back at home and that you were going to go get the gun and bring it to them?
Yes, I think I told them that. Okay. I told them that they let me go out and bring the gun back.
And that specifically, you won't call Gaither and give Gaither the gun?
They let him go.
I said that, but I probably did.
Okay. And did you ever give Gaither the gun?
No.
Why not?
Is you crazy?
They asked
He was a felon in possession.
I knew I was going to get another gun from the start.
Okay. Did you eventually explain in June of 2015 the reason why you never gave Gaither the gun?
What you mean?
When you were interviewed in June of 2015, did you tell Gaither why you never gave her the gun?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you tell Gaither in June of 2015 that you never gave her the gun because it was Shannon's gun?
What I'm gonna do with Shannon's gun?
Did you recall telling her that?
I ain't no telling. I probably did.
Okay. And that Shannon took the gun with him while he was on tour with
No, I don't. I tell Gaither anything, just like I would tell the rest of the police. But as today, as in the truth of what happened was, I hid the gun in the neighbor house, and they bathroom up under the sink.
So why wouldn't you just tell Gaither that you hid the gun?
Because they're gonna lock me up for the gun. I didn't supposed to have it.
Okay.
Ding!
You had already told her in January 2015 that you had a whole chopper. You didn't get arrested for having a chopper. So why would you get arrested?
But he didn't get, nobody was shot at either when he said he had the chopper.
They know I had guns, but it's what they catch me with.
Okay. And didn't Gaither and the detective who interviewed you the night that you were shot at told you that you wouldn't get in trouble, they just need the gun?
Yeah, but I don't know, fool go for it.
Now, when you were talking to the detective back in this February 20th interview, do you recall him asking you questions about Tay and where Tay was from?
Which Tay?
The Tay that you initially said shot at your car.
Oh, I don't
I mean,
recall.
excuse me, shot at you and Deshaun.
I don't recall.
And that Deshaun actually told the police that he's either from Mechanicsville or he's from Simpson Road.
Deshaun ain't tell them nothing.
And matter of fact, Deshaun, when they asked him how old is Tay, Deshaun told them.
Overruled because I think it's as to. Well, let me hear the rest of the question.
Sure. During this entire.
How's he supposed to know this?
Because he's present in the room when she's telling him.
All right. I'm going to overrule it.
In the same interview, Deshaun was able to tell the detective that this individual by the name of Tay was about 20 years old.
I don't recall Deshaun saying nothing to the police, other than she ducked down.
And that matter of fact, you actually told the detective that you used to hang out with this Tay before he shot at you.
I tell the detectives anything to get him up out me.
And specifically told him that you and him used to play basketball at Carver High School. The two of you used to play basketball on the basketball court at Carver.
I don't recall.
Miss Hilton, we're gonna need to. I mean, it doesn't have to be right this minute, but pick a stopping point sometime in the next 20 minutes or so.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. You said earlier that you weren't concerned about being labeled a snitch. Is that fair to say?
Say that again?
Earlier, a few moments ago, you said you weren't concerned about being labeled a snitch. Is that fair to say?
I wasn't.
You was not.
What you mean?
That you didn't have any concerns being labeled a snitch. Is that correct?
I don't get what you ask.
Back in 2015, were you concerned about people labeling you a snitch?
I was concerned about the safety of my family, so that's my mindset back then.
I'm asking you, were you concerned about being labeled a snitch?
A snitch is someone who tells the truth to the police.
Okay, so were you concerned about being labeled a snitch?
I was concerned about getting those who wrong me and the people I care about.
In the same February interview, did you tell Detective Curry, I went down here and I talked to her. Now everybody, excuse me, let me stop that. Did you tell Detective Curry during this interview, how can I survive this? How can I survive this? I can't go anywhere if I don't have money. Because Gaither called my phone when I was in front of Young Thug. She wanted me to talk. She wanted me to come down and talk. You feel me? Everybody there, everybody right there. You feel me? That's what I did. I left, went down here and talked to her. Now, everybody look at me like I'm a snitch now. It's just like I can't get no money. You know, I was just getting money by just doing nothing. Hey man, I need to borrow this right here, just hanging around going for the mall. He paid for everything for me. And now they think I'm a snitch.
First of all, I was breaking in the stove, so I'm always getting me some money. That's what I'm gonna do. So what I told the investigators is just anything. I keep telling you that. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. So my question to you is, were you concerned back then about being labeled a snitch?
I was playing the victim card. I keep telling you that. It was about being labeled a snitch, because if I was concerned about being labeled a snitch, I would never even try to finesse my way out of no situation, because even lying to the police, y'all put it in there as in this and then third. I know anything that I say to a police officer, they're going to go into a police report anyway. So it's self-explanatory. I only cared about getting myself out of situations to protect my family. That's it.
And is that why you're changing your testimony here today?
I'm not changing my... I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because you're concerned about being labeled a snitch?
Miss Hills, the damn word called me a snitch. You think I'm only concerned about telling the truth today? I don't know what nobody else did, but I do know that I have lied on people, and I don't want that on my conscience. So today I'm sitting here telling you the truth. I told you the truth before y'all called me in this trial. I told y'all I have made it up. I told y'all that. I wasn't gonna say anything about nothing to hurt my friend. My friend was straight. I was only protecting him.
So when you told the detectives about what happened the night of Donovan Thomas's murder, were you protecting Threat?
Yes, I was gonna keep Threat name out of it as much as possible.
Did Threat have something to do with Donovan Thomas's murder?
I don't know what Threat got something to do with it, but I know that there was the last person I gave that car to.
What car?
The car, the Infinity car. And I wasn't gonna say nothing about it.
What Infinity car did you give to Threat?
The Infinity car that I had.
Okay. Is this the same car that you went to the rental car place with Thug and Thug rented the Infinity?
I'm talking about the great Infinity car that me and Zachary was riding in. I wrecked the car, put up on Threat, gave the car to Threat, and I left.
Okay. Is this the same Infinity that you told police that you went to the Hertz rental car place with Thug when he rented the Infinity?
I just told you that I gave Threat that car.
Ms. Copeland, that's not what she asked. So listen to what she asked and then answer that as best you can.
You're saying you gave Threat that Infinity. Is that what you're saying?
Just say no, it's not the same car. Damn.
What you say, Yon?
Well, I wanted Ms. Hilton to ask the question clearly and you listen to it and answer it. So ask the question you asked him a minute ago if that's what you want the answer to.
The Infinity that you're talking about, is that the Infinity that you went to the Atlanta airport with Thug when he rented the Infinity?
What you asking?
You're talking about an Infinity that you gave to Threat, correct?
Right.
The Infinity that you're referring to, is that the Infinity that you went to the Atlanta airport with Thug when he rented the Infinity?
Yes.
Okay. And that was the car that Thug rented, correct?
I asked him to rent me a car, and I rented the car, and I gave the car to Threat.
When did you give the car to Threat?
The same night I rented it. The night before that happened.
Before what happened?
The same night it happened. I can't remember. I gave the car to Threat and I left.
Where did you give the car to Threat at?
At the studio.
What studio?
I pulled up and gave it to him and pulled right off.
What studio?
What he gonna do with a red car, by the way?
Northside Drive, Marietta. It was one of them streets.
Was there anyone else at the studio when you gave the car?
I didn't go in the studio. I pulled up. I was pulling up, and I seen Threat. I gave Threat the car, jumped out of the car, it got in my truck. Called my brother to come get me.
And was this the day Donovan Thomas died? Was this a few days before? In relation to when Donovan Thomas died, when did you get Threat this vehicle?
I gave Threat that car. I wrecked the car, gave it to Threat.
So when you...
Did he wreck the car getting away from shooting Donovan Thomas? Because he did say that same night.
So
You said the same night, the day before it happened.
I don't know. I hit something on it, and then shit, the thing on the cover, it was tripping. So when I pulled up, I went giving it to Threat, but I just seen him standing outside. And I was like, he like, what you about to do? I'm like, just get the key real quick. I'll be right back. Gave Threat the car, and I dipped. I don't know if it was late. So when I woke up the next day, I came outside, and this when I heard what happened.
Okay.
Did he kill Nut?
All right.
Who knows?
Because they said they're gonna impeach him if he say he did, but it's still like he did.
Yeah, you can go for now. All right, ladies and gentlemen. To maintain the integrity of this trial, remember that you need to decide this case based only on the evidence.
I think that's
during
it
this
for
trial
today.
and the
Yeah,
law that I will
that's for
explain.
that.
You
Let's go to,
should consider only the evidence admitted inside of this courtroom. You may not conduct any research on your
I
own
think
about
he
this
may.
case.
I'm confused. It sounds like he may have killed Nut, and he wrecked the car getting away. That's the same night he was driving. The same night getting away.
That's what I got out of it.
And they've been talking about Thug and bringing that Infinity for years. Since they started talking about this trial. Thug rented the car that they killed, that whoever killed Donovan Thomas in. But they're saying if he says he killed it, they're going to say he lied. They're going to impeach him. They're going to hold him on perjury charges. But they actually don't know who killed him. They have not
One thing I meant to tell y'all yesterday, but I'll tell y'all this morning, if there's ever a time that y'all feel like you need to stand up and stretch or just move around while we're in the testimony, feel free to do that. I mean, it
I know what he's saying. Well, no, I don't know. He said he took a red car there.
Kind of get,
I'm like, oh, what the hell he gonna do with a red car? And he was like, well, it ain't that bad. And initially he said he took the car there the same night the stuff happened.
Come on.
Now, yesterday when we left
In court,
you were speaking
he
about
called himself
the
though.
Infinity that was rented by Thug that you gave the threat. Because the day before Donovan Thomas was murdered. Is that correct? Yesterday when we left off, were you speaking about the Infinity that was rented by Thug that you gave the threat the day before Donovan Thomas was murdered?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall yesterday talking about giving an Infinity to Threat?
He went to shit early in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
Yesterday, do you recall testifying about giving the Infinity to Threat?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. And you said that you gave Threat that Infinity after you and Little D from Cleveland Avenue spun out that Infinity on the highway. Is that correct?
I don't recall.
You don't recall what you said yesterday?
I didn't tell you that yesterday. I said I gave Drake the car yesterday.
Okay. Did you also talk about you spinning out the car on the highway yesterday as well?
I don't recall.
All right. And when you gave Threat the car, that was at the studio off of Northside Drive?
I ain't for sure which one it was, but
would this be the studio that's 675 Metropolitan Parkway?
Metropolitan?
Yes.
No.
Is this the studio that...
I don't recall which studio it was.
If you saw a picture, would you recognize it?
Recognize what?
The studio.
Yeah. No.
When you dropped the car off to the studio, do you know if Thug was inside the studio?
I didn't go in.
But do you know if he was there or not, although you did not go in?
I don't allow it.
Do you know if he was there?
I don't know.
Back in 2015, how often would you go to the studio?
Not much.
And when you say not much, what does that mean?
I like to be in the streets.
Okay, so how often would you go to the studio?
There's your problem.
I just said I don't know.
Okay, would it be once a week, once a month, every couple of months?
I don't recall.
Now, you said that you gave Threat the vehicle, you said you gave Threat the Infinity, and you don't know what happened next. Is that correct?
I said I gave Threat the car.
Okay.
And I left.
Do you know if Threat gave the car back to Thug?
I don't recall. I don't know.
This was the car that Thug rented, correct?
I don't recall.
Yesterday, didn't you testify this was the car that Thug rented?
I guess I don't know. Like,
y'all interrogated me for 8 hours.
Yesterday you asked me, did I go to a rental car place with him?
Yes. And what was your answer?
What did I tell you?
You tell me.
I don't recall.
Oh my goodness, they childish.
Now, once you gave Threat the vehicle and you left, when did you find out about Nut being killed?
I don't recall.
He doesn't look as scary with that jacket on, I gotta say.
Now, he said the next morning when he woke up, he heard about it. Now he don't recall.
Didn't
Sustained.
Why did you bring up that you gave the infinity the threat? Why did you tell me that yesterday?
Because I did.
Okay. And why did you tell me that?
What you mean? Why did I tell you that?
Yeah, why was yesterday the first time that you ever mentioned giving threat the infinity?
Because y'all sitting here like y'all know what y'all talking about when y'all don't.
So why didn't you tell the police that back in 2015?
Because I ain't trying to go to jail.
Why would you go to jail for giving someone a car?
The same way y'all take me to jail for everything else.
Okay. But is there a crime to give someone a car?
Sustained.
Yep, leading.
Why did you think you would get in trouble for giving someone a car?
I don't recall.
Were you trying to insinuate because you gave Threat the car that Threat must have had something to do with Nuts murder?
Huh?
In telling me yesterday that you gave the affinity to Threat, were you trying to infer that Threat must have had something to do with Nuts murder?
I don't know what Threat did.
Okay, so why did you tell me about giving Threat the infinity?
Because you put me up here to tell the truth.
Okay. Is there some truth? Did Threat kill Nut?
I gotta answer that?
Yeah. Do you have an answer?
I don't know what Threat did.
Okay. Back in 2015, did you tell the police that Threat killed Nut?
No.
Okay. Did you tell police that other individuals killed Nut?
I'm gonna protect Threat.
Okay. But you didn't protect the other people that you talked about?
Me and Threat been friends since 2001.
Okay. Are you closer to Shannon than you are to Threat?
I'm closer to Threat than I am any person in the street.
Okay. But when you were talking about who you were close with, you never mentioned Threat to the police back in 2015. Is that correct?
That's my partner in crime.
Okay. But in 2015, when they asked you who you closest to, you never mentioned Threat, correct?
Right, because I know the police trying to get me.
Okay, but you talked about being very close to Little D, correct?
Because the D is a pretty boy.
You talked about being very close to Shannon, correct?
Because Shannon is a pretty boy too.
Okay. But all the pictures, do you remember the pictures that we showed you back in June?
Right.
They only had you, Shannon, and Little D primarily, correct?
This one, I'm not on that other type of time.
Okay. Do you have a lot of pictures with Threat?
Yes.
Okay. Back in 2015.
We have a lot of pictures together.
Why would you tell on Shannon and not on Threat when you're talking about the murder of Donovan Thomas?
Because telling is being honest. Lying is lying. I'm gonna protect. Threat.
Why would you make up anything on Shannon when you said to the police, those are your friends, even though they're pretty boys? Those are your friends. So why would you make it up as to Shannon and not tell the police about Threat?
Because the thing is, if a person ain't do it, they ain't do it. So no matter what I tell the police, they didn't do it. So I ain't gotta be like, okay, I'm telling the truth by saying they did it. Okay, they didn't do it, so the police can't lock them up for something they didn't do. But if I say Threat did it and Threat actually did it, then it's a different story.
Are you telling us that Threat did it?
I ain't say Threat did nothing.
Okay. So did Threat kill Donovan?
I don't know.
Are you now bringing anything about Threat because he's deceased and now can't come in here and defend himself with whatever it is that you're saying?
I'm up here to tell the truth. You going back into the past and I done told you 1.5 times that I don't lie. So you put me up here to tell the truth. The truth of the matter was I gave Threat the car.
Okay. And that's all that you did was gave Threat the car.
That's all I recall.
And you gave him the car at the studio. And once you gave him the car, what did you do?
I don't recall.
Did you go home to the shop?
Yeah.
I don't recall.
So how is that you recall giving Threat the car, but you can't remember anything else that day?
I probably geeked up.
Geeked up what, now or then?
I don't do drugs now.
Okay. So how is it today? You can remember that you gave Threat the car, but you can't remember anything else you did back in January 2015.
Nope.
I don't recall.
You don't recall what?
Nothing.
Okay, so now you don't recall that Threat gave you that you gave the car to Threat?
That's what you want me to say?
I want you to answer truthfully, Mr. Copeland.
I think I just said I don't recall.
Now, yesterday you testified that Gaither and the police were out to get you. Is that fair? That you said that yesterday?
You told me yourself that they did me wrong.
I asked you a specific question.
Yes.
Okay. Is it true that in 2015 you would call Gaither if something happened in the streets?
Because I'm playing on her.
Okay. But isn't it true that in the January interview that you met with Gaither and Dennis, you called her to let her know that they were shooting at you?
Because I ain't no telling what I did back to them.
Okay. And it was after you called her that you went to the studio.
I don't recall calling no Gaither telling her anything. I don't recall.
In the interview, didn't she tell you, I waited up here for you because you called me?
I don't recall.
And that she was actually getting ready to get off of work, but since you called her, she waited for you.
I don't recall.
Isn't it true that in the February interview, after you were shot at and your daughter and your child's mother was shot at, when they told you you needed to give the gun to someone, you said, I'm gonna call Gaither and I'm gonna give it to Gaither.
I don't recall.
Isn't it also true in May of 2015, when you were originally detained at the Dunbar Center with the gun, that they took you over to Turner Field because you asked to speak to Gaither?
I don't recall.
No. And that Gaither met you at Turner Field, correct?
Listen, that's a lie.
She didn't meet you at Turner Field?
You got a police report. The police that got me said that every time they get me, they got to notify the gang unit to come get me.
Did you?
When they touch me.
So you did not call and ask for them to speak to Gaither?
No.
And did you meet with Gaither at Turner Field?
No, I was in the back of the police car handcuffed.
Did Gaither meet you at Turner Field while you were back in the
Man, I didn't take this nigga to the baseball stadium.
And matter of fact, that day, did you get released?
And,
From Turner Field, did you get released?
I don't think they had hot dogs that went to the game.
I guess.
Did you go to jail the day that you met Gaither at Turner Field? Did you go to jail that day?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. You didn't get arrested for that gun at the Dunbar Center until June of 2015, correct?
I guess.
And isn't it true that even after you got arrested in June of 2015, that once you were in jail, you called Gaither multiple times to speak to her from jail?
I don't recall calling her from jail.
You don't recall having Deshaun call Gaither multiple times for you?
I don't recall.
And didn't you want Gaither to come and meet with you at the jail so you can give her more information?
Speak on the facts. If she want that gun and she keep asking me for a gun and I ain't giving her the gun, what make you think I'm getting her truthful information? If I trust her so much and I always call her, why I won't get
Woody
her?
is angry.
Didn't you
Get her,
give
Woody.
her the gun because Shannon had taken the gun to Miami or taken the gun while he was on tour with us?
Kato can't touch this,
I'm not
G.
gonna get her no evidence on it.
All right, I'll give him that.
And wasn't Deshaun actually frustrated with you because you wanted to call Gaither so much and she didn't want you to call and speak to Gaither?
Because Deshaun knew what I was doing.
I want to go back to the February 20th interview.
God, I went to Popeyes and they fucked up my order in a good way. They gave me an extra 2-piece meal. I just ate 3 tenders and a 2-piece right now. I'm fucking stuffed.
Now, I just asked you about Detective Gaither and speaking with her. Isn't it true that in the February 20th interview, you told Detective, you know, I had came down here and talked to Officer Gaither and somehow word hit the street. I told Gaither a lot of stuff, but did not get out. But just this time, it hit the streets. Now people looking at me sideways. Do you recall telling the detective that?
I don't recall nothing I told. I don't recall what I don't told the detectives. I tell them anything that what they
See, I was woke for this spot. I don't know what time I fell asleep.
Oh. What time you got to get up now with school and all that
shit? Also tell detectives.
6. I wake up at 6:50. I wake up at 7.
Excuse me. The detectives told you that
I'm
you
at
need
school,
to actually
8?
keep in touch with Gaither.
7:30?
Yep. 8:15.
I'll keep in touch with her, and I'm going to give her the gun.
Did I give her the gun?
I didn't ask you that. I asked you, what did you tell the police?
I don't recall what I told them, but I would have told them anything to get them out my face.
By the way, 7 going to be like your new start time, or not 8, 9 o'clock, or whatever time it is. 7 p.m. my time.
Now,
Yeah.
back in 2015,
Nah.
did people believe that you were the reason that you were a bad influence?
Can you repeat that question?
Sure. Back in 2015, did you tell police that you were the reason that Thug's name kept coming up?
I'll allow that. Okay. Thought that might be a different question, but you can ask that question.
Thank you. In the February interview, did you tell the police that you were the reason that Thug's name was getting involved in all of this beef and drama with YFN and If Gang?
I don't recall nothing. I told the police.
Okay. Did you say to the police, I heard someone say I'm the reason. They said that I pulled Thug into this. I'm the reason they bring Thug name up. Thug has something to do with it because of me. Folks going around saying I'm trying to mess up his career. How the hell am I messing up his career? I had nothing to do with it. I didn't. I don't know what the hell is going on. Sorry. I had nothing to do with this. I didn't. I don't know what the hell is going on.
I would tell the police anything to get them out of my face.
Now, after this February interview, were you then arrested later on that day on a probation violation?
Y'all locked me up so many times. I don't keep record of this stuff.
Okay. Going back to the pictures from yesterday. I'm showing you 378 Yankee Charlie 1 and 378 Yankee Delta 1. Is Yankee Charlie 1 February 20th, 2015?
How I supposed to know which one of them is it?
Look at 378 Yankee Charlie 1. Do you see that on the paper?
Okay.
Do you see the date that's on the top?
Friday.
What's the day?
Friday.
What's the
Right,
date?
we already established yesterday it was February 20th. So
Yeah.
just ask the question.
Looking at both of those, is one you're in the jumpsuit and one you are not in the jumpsuit.
Right.
Okay. And is one on the February 20th and the other one on February 21st?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. So after you left your interview on February 20th, were you arrested on a probation violation?
Huh?
After you left the interview on February 20th, were you arrested on a probation violation?
I don't know.
The next day, are you in?
Oh,
blue
yeah.
jumpsuit?
Yeah, you said when I left.
Okay. Do you remember when you were arrested?
The papers got the next day. I don't know if it's the same day or the next day.
Okay. But when you came back, you spoke to Detective Gaither on the second time on February 21st, correct?
This what it looked like in the picture.
All right. And during that interview, she was trying to get you to tell them what happened regarding the shooting of your child and the shooting at you, your child's mother, correct?
I recall.
And during that interview, you actually begin the interview not talking about the shooting, but talking about what was happening between If Gang and you, because people thought you killed Nut, correct?
I don't recall what I told the investigators. I was just saying whatever come out of the top of my dome to get them out for me.
And during that interview, did you then again reiterate to Detective Gaither that you did not kill Nut and you didn't have anything to do with it,
I
correct?
don't recall what I told no investigator.
And you also began to tell Detective Gaither again what occurred the night that Nut was murdered, once you learned that Nut was murdered, correct?
I don't recall nothing I told the investigators.
Okay. You also told Detective Gaither in this interview that you learned from Little D that Nut got killed.
That's what I told police.
Is that what you told Detective Gaither?
I don't recall nothing I told the investigators. If you call me in here to tell the truth, you got to stop going back into the past.
Okay. And you also told her about
Buddha is not going for this shit today.
that earlier in the day that Nut got killed, correct?
Not at all.
I don't recall nothing I told. Who you said I said this to?
Detective Gaither.
I don't recall nothing I said to Gate.
And matter of fact, you told her that you came down on your own that morning to let the police know that you had nothing to do with Nut's murder, correct?
I don't recall nothing I told the investigators.
Now, did you also talk to Detective Gaither about your fear of being labeled a snitch?
I don't recall.
When she asked you to tell her about who shot at you and your child's mother, you told her, I try my best, man, to just because if I help you tell you anything and make it even worse. And she asked, what makes it worse? Now I'm a snitch. Now this and that.
I don't recall.
And she asked you worried about snitching? And you said, I just want to get out of jail and just stay out the way.
I don't recall.
They gotta be like, I don't recall 1,728.
Yeah, you also talked to Detective Gaither in the same interview about Trivia as well, correct?
I don't recall.
And you told Detective Gaither that Trivia provides a lot of information about Kel to Muntul.
I don't recall.
And that's where you all get a lot of your information regarding If Gang, correct?
I don't recall.
And that's because Trivia was dating Shell, Kel, and Muntul, correct?
I don't know who she date.
Okay. Did you tell
It's like we got the cheat sheet.
dating both
Don't recall.
Muntul and Shell, Kel?
I don't recall nothing that I made up to the police.
I can't believe she just came back in a different lavender. I don't even know if is that just purple or bunny colored suit with the same questions.
They're calling Gaither the night that they shot at you.
Why won't she switch it up?
Okay.
Her tribute to the Joker or Prince.
Now, do you recall Detective Gaither in this interview asking you who shot at you, your child, and your child's mother?
I don't recall.
And that you told her that the person looks like you think it was Tay?
I don't recall.
Do you also recall telling Detective Gaither in this interview, which is now February 21st of 2015, that after they shot at you on the highway, that people from the opposite gang posted it on Instagram? So people from If Gang posted it on Instagram?
I don't recall.
Did you also tell Detective Gaither you had concerns that if people learned that you were talking to police and it gets out, it was going to make this stuff get worse for you? You're staring. Are you going to respond?
I don't recall.
Okay. In this February interview, did you tell detectives that you knew it was Tay because you knew what he looked like and that you used to play ball with him at Carver?
My right-handed guard. Tay never shot me, my child, and my baby mom.
I asked you, did you tell the
I don't recall.
Yeah. And that you had concern because you had brought him to your house before?
I don't recall.
And matter of fact, didn't you send Detective Gaither a picture of Tay from Instagram telling her that this is the person who you believe shot at you?
I don't recall.
He needs a t-shirt with that saying.
And matter of fact, when you were speaking with her, she said to you, you can start out by who is it? You sent me this picture. Which one is it? And you responded, it's the guy standing by in the brown.
Say that again.
When she asked you if it was an Instagram picture that you sent to her, when you were identifying Tay, she asked you can start out by who is it? You sent me this picture. Which one is it? And your response was, it's the guy standing by in the brown.
I don't recall.
As it relates to being a snitch, did you also tell Detective Gaither that you were concerned being labeled a snitch because other individuals were being tortured because they were considered being a rat?
You done?
Yes, the question is finished.
Being a snitch is someone who telling the police the truth.
Were you concerned being labeled a snitch because you were telling the truth to detectives back in January 2015?
I done did so much stuff in my life. Being labeled a snitch, I don't recall.
Okay. Specifically, you told her, I see how boy is living. And she asked you, how's he living? And you said, hell, he gets tortured everywhere he go. He a fucking rat, this and that. And I turn around, I'm in the same shoes he is. I don't know if he did whatever he had going on. I have not done none of this. It's just like, only reason I know this much information is because I be around so many people. I get the word.
It's cap.
Okay. And when we say it's cap, what does that mean?
I don't recall.
Earlier, you said that the person that you be with the most is Threat back in 2015, correct?
No, I say that's my best friend.
That's your best friend. In this interview in February of 2020, when you were asked, who were you around? Isn't it true that you said, there's only two people I fuck with, Shannon and Little D. If I'm not with Shannon, me and Little D, we together all the time.
I wasn't gonna tie myself in with Threat.
Why? At this point in time, why?
I don't recall.
Okay. And you said, matter of fact, yeah, we together all the time. The only two I've been with.
I don't recall.
Maybe because they shot up Rich Homie Quan Dad at barbershop together, and the police never had a link between those two. So he wouldn't put himself and his partner, who he do his crimes with, on their radar. Just maybe, but he snitched though.
Now, you're saying that you were lying to the detectives. When they asked you for the gun, did you tell Detective Gaither, listen, Gaither, I tell you, I'm not going to lie, man. I'm going to get you the gun. He didn't want to give me the gun. This and that. I told the detectives, give me a couple of days, and I want to get the gun for you. And isn't it true? Is that what you, excuse me, do you recall telling Detective Gaither that?
I don't recall telling her that. I don't know what I tell Gaither anything, but one thing I ain't gonna do, I ain't gonna be no fool. I'm not giving myself up.
And isn't it true that in June, you finally gave Detective Gaither the reason why you could not give her the gun?
Because she caught me again, right? I don't recall what I don't say in no interview, but I'm not stupid to get the police no gun. Especially Gaither.
In this February 21st interview, did you also tell Detective Gaither again about this meeting with a man named Mo, and he gave you 97 days to live? Did you tell Detective Gaither about this meeting?
I don't recall.
Isn't it true? You told Detective Gaither. Mo said I have 97 days to live. If I ain't dead in 97 days, they're gonna shoot a Mechanicsville till they kill me. The word come back to me. Moontoon seen somebody downtown. They were If gang. He's like, damn, what up with y'all? What y'all got going on? Niggas like, it was a misunderstanding, bro. They made it seem like we come to get everybody. We beefing with the whole If gang. Nah, it's just Kel and everybody up under Kel, and they all beefing with me.
But I was pushed up in the middle of my neighborhood every day.
Okay. Were you all beefing with the whole If gang?
I don't recall.
And when you say we were beefing with the whole If gang, were you talking about YSL?
I'm from Canterville.
Now, during that interview in February 21st, do you recall another detective coming to speak with you about an unrelated issue?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Do you recall someone coming in and talking to you about another murder?
If you say.
Okay. And during that interview, she talked to you about being a part of YSL, correct?
I don't recall. What I talked to with any of these police about, I just know that I'm trying to get them off of me. And I'm gonna make up whatever, if they bring up whatever topic, I'm gonna make up something to get them off of me. I'm a victim in every situation. I'm an innocent in everything I do.
Do you recall her asking you, you was Billy Blood? And your response was, I was, but. And she didn't ask you, what are you now? And your response is, that's the point. They got mad because I didn't go back with Inglewood because I hang with Thug and I'm YSL.
I don't recall saying that.
And then you also continue to say that the Inglewood family people were also mad at Little D because he used to be Inglewood. And when he got in, excuse me, strike that. You also continue to say that Inglewood was mad at Little D as well, correct?
I don't recall.
And that when Little D got jumped by MDC, they laughed at him because they thought YSL should have helped him out in the club.
YSL is not a game. So y'all keep trying to attach that to things that go on. If YSL was a game and you saying that I was Billy Blood and the D was If game, how the hell, excuse my language, how would all of us be YSL if we all supposed to be this and that and that? It don't make sense. When you're a gang, you only gonna be one thing.
Doesn't YSL have both Blood and Crip gang members?
YSL is a record label.
Were you ever signed to YSL as a record label?
Y'all keep locking me up.
Were you ever signed to YSL as a record label?
No.
When you got out of jail and you were doing your rap videos, were you signed to YSL?
I was signed to somebody else.
Okay, so you never been on YSL, the record label, correct?
Okay.
Okay. So when we're talking about you was Billy Blood, but now I'm with Thug and them, I'm YSL. Billy Blood is not a record label, correct?
But when you're speaking on gang,
is Billy Blood a record label?
All right, well, he didn't seem to be answering. Go ahead and answer the question that's on the floor.
Is Billy Blood a record label?
I don't know what Billy Blood is.
So when she asked you,
saying it wrong?
She asked you was Billy Blood. You said I was, but
I'm talking to the police, so I don't recall what I don't say to them. But when you're trying to say gang, it's a difference. When you put that gang on things, you go into where I was. I was a 30 deep gang member. You can't say I was a YSL gang, and YSL was never considered a gang. Y'all making it a gang.
When you responded, I didn't go back to Inglewood because I hang with Thug and I'm YSL. So you say I'm part of YSL, the record label?
So listen. It's not a gang. You know what I mean? It don't matter how y'all try to put it, how y'all trying to see it. A gang is these people right here, everybody right here, and everybody. You can't put Crips and Bloods together and say that this is a gang. Because if the Crips and Bloods get into it and everybody just saying that, you know, they YSL, they got to pick what they gonna choose. You can't say, like when I was down the road and then people like, oh, that's Woody. He be with Young Thug, such. And the Blood's like, well, he not Blood. And then the Crips like, well, so when they get in, it don't make sense. Y'all got to get that. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all here trying to make something more than what it is. It's not.
Is Duke a Crip?
I don't know. Ask Duke.
I'm asking you.
I don't recall.
Okay. And is Duke a part of YSL?
Ask Duke.
I'm asking you.
But we're speaking on gang.
I asked you a simple question. Is Duke a Crip?
I don't know. I'm not a Crip. Never was.
That's not what I asked you.
I can't tell you who's a Crip and who's a Blood.
Do you know if Duke is a Crip?
I know I'm a civilian.
Overruled. Do you know if Duke is a Crip?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you know if Duke is a member of YSL?
I don't recall.
Also in this February interview with Detective Gaither, did you also speak to her about the gambling house shooting that occurred in Lakewood?
I don't recall.
Did you tell her the whole time it come back on Kel and them? Because there's a little gambling house we go hang out and gamble. We go there, we gamble, we come out and leave Kel and them in the bushes. Kel, Stewie, they never mentioned the third person name. They in the bushes. They start shooting at us and they shot so many times. Shit, I was just glad to be alive.
I don't recall.
And when she asked you what gambling house, you said in Lakewood. They shot so many times. So damn near shot everybody's car. But they missed everybody and grazed one person across his back. But when the police came, he had already left. A couple people left, but it was Kel.
I don't recall.
And in fact, you told Detective Gaither a reason why you found out it was Kel is because he got into it with Gucci Red, and she came back and told you all that it was Kel that shot up the gambling house.
I'm talking to the police. I'm going to tell them anything to get them out my face. I don't recall what I don't told them, so you keep asking me the same these questions about what I told the police. Ask me about what's going on today. I don't recall about no lies I don't told in the past.
Back in 2015, were you afraid to come to court to testify if you had to against Tay?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Back in 2015, when you had this interview with Detective Gaither, were you afraid that you would have to come to court to testify against Tay?
Miss Hills, you know I'm not afraid of nothing that's walking on this earth. You know that.
Looking at that interview, did you tell Detective Gaither, if I describe him in your case, I will have to come to court?
I don't recall. What I
The prosecutor know that. She know he ain't to be fucked with.
And then you also asked Detective Gaither, if you point him out, meaning Tay, that's going to make it in his discovery packet.
I don't recall. Nothing I don't told the investigators.
And matter of fact, Detective Gaither said to you, I mean, if you identify him, you a victim. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say it's not going to eventually come out.
I don't recall. Nothing I told the investigators.
And you told her, man, I know if I do this, shit just going to get worse and worse.
Miss Hills.
That's not a word, by
I don't
the way.
recall. Nothing I don't told the investigators.
And you continue to say, nah, I'm worried about he get locked up. He get the discovery. See, I circle his picture and put my name on there. And he going to send it to the street. Say I told on him. And they going to put it on Instagram and Twitter. And they going to tell everybody. And then I'm going to just be like, boy, then nobody won't be around me.
But the God honest truth is he never shot at me.
Okay. But back in 2015, your concern was if you pointed him out, you'd be labeled a snitch, correct?
No, my concern was that they locked him up for something he didn't do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't recall, you know what I mean? I don't recall what I don't told the investigators, but telling them the truth be the last thing I ever do.
And matter of fact, you kept asking, I'm gonna have to come to court, correct?
I don't recall what I just said to the investigators.
And at that point, she tried to encourage you to pick him out of the photographic lineup, correct?
I don't recall.
And then you asked her, what do I have to do then? And she asked you, what you have to do then what? And you said, after I snitch. And she said to you, it's not snitching, it's telling the truth. If you call it snitching, you circle the person you know that shot at you.
It's snitching when you tell them the truth.
And that's what your concern was, correct?
Not if y'all sitting here trying to make me say somebody shot at me that they didn't shoot at me. But if this is what it's gonna take, because they keep saying here, you gonna let people shoot at you while you got your child? I'm tired of you keep asking me something. I don't know who shot at me. If I knew who shot at me, I don't recall.
Now, you said that everything you told the detectives is a lie. But didn't you also tell detectives that every time you hung around with Young Thug, he told you he was gonna show you some new shit? That he's gonna show you a new way of life?
I don't recall what I told the investigators.
Was that a lie?
I don't recall what I told the investigators.
Did Young Thug tell you at some point in time back in 2015 he's gonna show you a new life?
What the hell? My life was all right.
He don't like Miss Hilton.
I don't recall him telling me that.
Did you travel with him?
And he called himself.
Nah, I never traveled with him on tour.
Did you ever travel with him on a plane?
Yes.
But he already said once he couldn't do nothing about it.
Did he ever give you money to post up in the club?
Nope. Like I want to pay somebody your money?
Did you tell the police that he would give you money at times to flash in the club?
I tell the police, what you telling them this is my money? They gonna want to know where I got it from?
Did you also tell the police that Thug told you to have your girl find a place in Cobb County so you can lay low for a while and that he was gonna help you out and pay for it?
I tell the police anything to get them out my face at the time. I don't recall what I done told them.
Did Thug offer to pay for some place for you and your girl to live to lay low?
Did he ever do it?
That's not the question I asked you.
No, I made it up. I don't recall what I done said. I don't know. I don't even know if I said it to the police.
So are you saying today that Thug never offered to have you to lay low and pay for a place?
Thug never did nothing for me besides let me travel with him to his concerts, shows, whatever you want to call it.
But he wasn't on tour.
Right. She should have been just said, fucking next witness. This is ridiculous. What are they getting out of this?
Didn't you tell the police after they asked you this question?
And the defense is going to get to cross-examine him.
And you said, I know he will, but I'm in jail. They actually, I mean, what? To send word to send word. If he's going to look out, he will. Sorry. I mean, what? To send word is to send word. If he's going to look out, he will, jail or not. And your response is, he said, find somewhere in Cobb or Clayton County. They won't come there. He said, don't bring anybody to the house.
I don't recall nothing I don't told to the police.
Thug probably is not going to take the stand. But he did have that, he had on a suit jacket, I think last week,
was a member of
with that bullshit his lawyer said, Thug stands for true and humble under God. He had that embroidered on the suit jacket.
I don't know. That what y'all labeled it?
Have you ever heard 30 Deep be a reference as?
I don't recall.
What bloods are part of YSL?
Huh?
What bloods are part of YSL?
What you mean? What bloods are part of YSL? You can't. I don't recall.
Do you know what other Crips are part of YSL?
I don't recall.
And earlier, did I hear you clearly when you said YSL has Crips and blood, so it can't be a gang? Did you say that?
You got to understand, if you're a gang, right? So you a Bloods. The Bloods won't let you say that you YSL or you 30 Deep or you MDC. You gonna either be Blood and whatever that is, a Crip or whatever that is. You can't be two, three different things. Like, what they do that at? Who your loyalty gonna be with? If you claim you 3 different gangs, anything liable to go down.
Is your loyalty to YSL?
Is what?
Your loyalty.
My loyalty to
That's a good point.
And YSL ain't got nothing to do with me or the streets.
If you YSL, but you a Crip, and some in Ghana is YSL, you Blood.
I just asked you whether or not Thug gave you money.
And the Bloods and the Crips go to war. Who you with?
He did not give you money, correct?
I tell
You
them,
still YSL.
what my response was.
Okay. In that January 28th interview, did you tell them Thug gave me money and I'm on stage flexing the money?
I don't recall what I told no police.
And as it relates to Miami, in that same January 28th interview, did you tell the police Thug had a show? He took me to a show with him. Thug had a show. I think it had to be in Miami because it was on a Sunday. We flew to Miami on a plane. While we in Miami, they was like in the club, this and that.
I know I was awake
What I done made up to tell the
when
police.
his phone went off and he pulled his phone out, looked at it, hit ignore. I was like, look at this nigga. He too comfortable.
After this February 21st interview, did you go to jail?
Can you say that again?
After you were finished with this February interview, did you go to jail?
I don't know what you.
After you left that interview, when you're in the blue jumpsuit, did they take you to jail?
They, huh?
After you left the interview on February 21st with Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis, did you go to jail?
Did they take me back to the jail?
Did they take you back to the jail?
I'm pretty sure they did.
Okay. And were you released in March of 2015 from your probation matter?
After y'all false arrest me?
Were you released from jail in March of 2015 from the
I was released, I don't know when.
After March of 2015, before June, did you ever go back to jail? Between March of 2015 and June, do you recall going back to jail?
I went to jail every time the police saw me.
Okay. Did you ever go back to the Fulton County jail between March and June?
Huh?
So back in 2015,
Right.
you got out after this probation violation, correct? You got out of jail, correct?
Yeah, I got out.
Okay. And we know the next time you went to jail was in June because they arrested you at your house, correct?
No, they locked me up at Deshaun's house.
Excuse me, at Deshaun's house, correct?
Right.
So I'm asking, between the time you were released in March and the time that you got arrested in June at Deshaun's house, did you go back to jail at any other time between when you were released and when you got locked up?
Yeah, I think I went to jail like 3-4 days after I got out.
It was that in Henry County?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember how long you stayed in Henry County?
There went no day or nothing. I stayed in there for a little minute.
When you say a little minute, would that be about a month?
Probably, yeah, I think so, a month. Another time y'all false arrested me.
That was in Henry County, correct? That you got arrested?
Yep.
You know, Henry County's down in Fulton County, correct?
But I never been in Henry County a day in my life, so why they locking me up? Because y'all told them to.
That's a different county, correct?
Y'all all work together.
Is Henry County a different county?
Oh, she getting tested.
Now, during this time, between March and June, were you still being accused of killing Nut?
I don't know.
Did people...
Love got on a pirate
Did you still
shirt
believe that people thought
with her pink blaze.
I don't recall.
Also during this time,
Her
is it
earrings
true that you thought that
hideous
Thug was
too,
trying to
by
kill
the
you as
way.
well?
Huh?
Between March of 2015 and June of 2015, did you believe that Thug was trying to kill you?
I don't recall.
When you get arrested in June of 2015, you were frustrated. Is that fair to say?
Can you say that again?
When you got arrested in June of 2015, you were frustrated, correct?
I was.
Okay. You were upset that people were blaming you for something that you didn't do, correct?
No, I was upset. Y'all kept locking me up, and I was trying to get up. I don't recall.
Did you tell the police you were upset because people kept blaming you for something that you did not do?
I tell the police anything to finish my way out of jail.
And you also told the police that you thought Thug was trying to kill you, correct?
I tell the police anything to finish my way out of jail.
And it was during that June interview that you gave it all up, didn't you?
Gave what all up?
That you told about everything that happened the night of Donovan Thompson's murder.
No, I had no time to I don't recall.
And in June, that interview started at 9 o'clock in the morning after they arrested you at Deshaun's house, correct?
If you say so.
And you were arrested at Deshaun's house for the gun that they found at the Dunbar Center in May of 2015, correct?
I think so.
And also when you got to Deshaun's house, you had another gun in the house for which
I ain't have none.
they found another gun in Deshaun's house, correct?
That's what they said.
And they brought you in the headquarters to speak with you, correct? They brought you to the headquarters to speak. You shook your head. Was that a yes?
Yes.
And in that interview, Detective Gaither was present, correct?
If you say.
Detective Dennis was also there?
If you say.
Okay. Did you also speak with an ATF agent?
If you say.
Do you recall speaking to an ATF agent?
I don't recall none.
Okay. And at some point in time in that interview, Thorpe came and spoke with you as well, correct?
Did he?
At some point in time,
Okay.
do you recall Thorpe coming to speak to you as well?
All right.
And then you also spoke with some internal affairs officers, correct?
I guess.
And this interview lasted at least, again, 9 hours, correct?
Felt like longer than that.
And when you first get into that interview, you tell Detective Gaither that you have not been hanging around Shannon.
Can you say it again?
When the interview starts, you tell Detective Gaither that you had not been hanging around Shannon anymore, correct?
I don't recall what I told the investigators, but believe me, if I'm not going to tell them the truth.
Okay. And you initially start the investigator saying that they're trying to kill you, correct?
Can you say that again?
You told the investigators that they were trying to kill you,
That who was trying to kill me?
that Thug and them were trying to kill you.
I don't recall.
Do you recall, did you ever text Thug's sister, Dolly, to ask her if Thug was trying to kill you?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling the detectives that you texted Matt and asked her if Thug was trying to kill you?
I don't recall what I done told these people. But I'm not going to tell them the truth. Keep telling you that.
And were you concerned that they were trying to kill you because you had told on them?
If I done told them, they would have been in jail if they did anything that I was telling on them about.
Did you tell the detectives that they were trying to kill you because they think you told on them?
And I'm like that.
Okay. Matter of fact, Detective Gates asked you, why is everybody in the world trying to kill you? And your response is, they think I told on them.
You get in front of the police, play stupid, mislead them. I don't recall what I done told them. That's why I can't tell you. Yeah, I remember telling them this. I don't recall.
And you actually provided the detectives with Dolly's phone number, correct?
I don't recall.
Okay. And Dolly's phone number at the time ended in 1990, correct?
I guess. I don't know.
And I'm calling her Dolly, but you actually called her.
I know the judge is like, I can't believe they still doing this shit.
Her name is actually Dolly White on Instagram.
And then they had to restart his testimony over. He had already done this shit.
And you told her
saying, I don't recall.
You called her and you asked her, your brother trying to get me killed? What the hell have I did to him?
I don't recall nothing I done made up and told the police.
And her response to you was just stop listening to everybody.
I'm delusional like that.
If you're delusional, why would you need to tell the detectives about a text message?
Because this is how I am. I'm going to justify myself. I'm already think ahead of time. I'm already try to make myself be prepared. I don't recall what I done told these people. I told you time after time after time. I done made this stuff up. I done made it all up. You still want to ignore it.
And when the detectives asked you why would they be trying to kill you, you said, listen, when Nut got killed and police called me down here, I came down here and I told them, look, I don't know what the hell's going on. These police act like they think I killed this man. I keep telling them this.
So they were trying to kill me. If he got killed in January and I got locked up in June, I would have, if there was truth, if they were trying to kill me. So that means they were trying to kill me and you said if game was trying to kill me, why ain't nobody kill me? Because last time I checked, I was in Mechanicsville every single day. So y'all gonna go out without a lie to the police then? At this point, we wasting time right now.
Isn't that one of the questions you asked the police? I don't know why they haven't killed me yet because I'm always in Mechanicsville.
Keep it on. I don't know what you talk about. I don't recall nothing I said to the police.
And also, when they asked you, who thought you were talking to the police or snitching, you told them that Thug was right there. Thug was there every time that you answered the phone to talk to the police.
I had to be the stupidest person in the world to answer a phone for the police in front of anybody. Why would I answer the phone in front of anybody with the police? That don't even make sense. You can just tell the police anything, they're gonna go for it.
Okay. But did you tell the police that you would answer the phone?
I don't recall what. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Did you tell the police that you would answer the phone in front of Thug? So that's why they think you were snitching.
So they think I was snitching, and like you said, I was still around them. And you want them to be killers or whatever you want them to be. Why am I not dead? Why?
Didn't you ask that same question to Detective Geezer?
I don't know what I don't ask them, but it's just.
And you said the same thing. I'm in Mechanicsville every day. So if they want me to be killed, why haven't they killed me? And that's the same question you asked Detective Geezer, correct?
You telling me or you asking me?
I'm asking you that what you also told Detective Geezer.
You asked me, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So you can't pick and choose what I'm telling the truth about, what I'm lying about. I can't say the word what I'm trying to say because you don't want me cursing.
Okay. So the point is, did you tell Detective Gaither? The same thing you're telling here is, why haven't they killed me yet? I've been in Mechanicsville every single day.
I tell the investigators anything so that I'm innocent, I look innocent, and I ain't guilty of nothing. Are we clear?
I understand what you're saying today.
Okay.
Let's talk about what you told the police back in 2015. Back in 2015, because you still haven't answered this question. Did you tell the detectives the same thing that you're saying here today?
I don't recall.
I don't know why they haven't killed me yet, because I'm in Mechanicsville every day.
So? What you saying?
I'm answering that question. Did you tell the detectives the same thing you're saying?
I don't know what I don't told the investigator. I asked them that 30,000 times already. I don't recall what I don't told them. But what I'm telling you is, if somebody gonna kill me or somebody wanted to kill me, it wasn't hard to kill me. I was outside, still ill.
All right. During the same interview, you were concerned that Thug did not want you hanging around him anymore, correct?
I'm talking to the police. They're trying to tie this man into me.
Okay. Did you tell the police in that interview, he think he did something, he got rid of me? And they asked you, what do you mean? He ain't want me hanging around him no more. I'm like, what the hell? You feel what I'm saying? What the hell? This N-word don't want me around? I get to asking Shannon and them. Shannon's like, I don't know.
If they wanted me dead, they knew where I laid my head at. They could have easily called me like, come here and kill me if they were living like that.
And then they asked you, why does it matter to Thug if he talking to police or not? If he had no say so with what happened with Nut, you know what's going on? And your response is, between us, I want to say they had something to do with it. Who is that?
Don't pull. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Don't pull them in my shenanigans. I keep telling you that. Y'all got me here to be truthful.
All right. And when you said all of them, and Detective Gator asked you Thug and who? And you said Shannon and Beezy, all of them are acting funny towards me.
I don't know if you know, which you already know, but I don't run behind nobody. So when the investigators are questioning me, I'm gonna say whatever to spin them to get them off of me.
Okay. And at that point, they asked you, how long have you known Shannon? And you said longer than Thug has. And they asked, have you known Shannon for a good part of your adult life? And you said we went to school together.
Because I knew my motive. My motive was to put the blame on them to get it off of me.
And then they asked you, you tell them, I'm gonna tell you the truth. They did it.
I don't recall nothing I don't told the police.
And you said, I can't say who did it. And they said, who was they?
You finished?
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall nothing I told the police.
And your response was, I can't say who did it. This is how I know did it. Thug and them don't know which one did it. I was at the house. And you began going into what happened on the night of the murder. Is that correct?
I don't recall nothing I told the police.
Okay. You told the police back in this June 10th, 2015 interview, baby mama, she woke up. And I'm like, where you at? She at the Family Dollar on Auburn. And she's on the way. And you're telling the detective this is the night of the murder. Do you remember this?
I don't recall nothing I told the police.
And he said, is it true? After that night the murder happened, I called Thug. He always answered for me. I FaceTime him. He hung it up. I'm like, damn. I called D. And D like, where you at?
I don't recall nothing I told the police. I made it all up.
And they clarified, D, is that Demikion?
You asking me?
I am.
I don't recall nothing I said to the investigators.
And then she said, yeah, Demikion. I don't talk to the one from Cleveland. D. I don't talk to D on Cleveland.
Oh, I
I'm
recall.
about to get.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You want to take a break?
No, you good.
Okay. I'm about to get this car, this white Charger. Do you recall telling the detectives that you were going to get your brother's white Charger?
I tell the investigators anything as long as it ain't telling on myself.
Okay. He said, all right, I go to my brother's house. He gonna give me the car, and I pulled up to the green store.
Still like another hour and a half of this.
I told the investigators.
You then told him again. I called Thug. I ain't called D, and he didn't answer.
I think you just asked me that, and I just told you I don't recall nothing I said to the investigators.
Okay. You then tell the detective, I pull up at the green store. I talked to Little Reddy. Me and Little Reddy talking, and D said he was on Cleveland. So then you went over to Cleveland.
I don't even know who Loretta is, but I don't recall nothing I told the detectives or whatever y'all want me to say.
Okay. You then tell the detectives that you leave from Mechanicsville and you pull up to the McDonald's on Cleveland Avenue.
I don't recall nothing I don't told the investigators.
And do you recall going to the McDonald's?
I don't recall nothing.
Okay. And you told the detectives when you pulled up to McDonald's that D was with Bentley and them, correct?
I don't recall nothing.
And is Bentley OG Bentley?
I don't recall nothing.
Okay. And when they asked you who else was with you, you told them Nard. And you said, hold on, I think I'm lying. It was a white Jeep. It was Nard, D, Bentley, Shannon, and Yak. And all of them were in the Jeep.
I don't recall nothing I told to the police.
Okay. Do you recall being at the McDonald's and seeing Demikion, Nard, Bentley, and Shannon in a white Nitro?
I don't recall nothing.
And this was the Nitro that Bentley has.
I don't recall nothing.
Okay. And do you recall D getting out of the vehicle and getting into your car?
I don't recall nothing.
And you told the detectives that D got out, and when D got out of the car, he got in the car with you.
I don't know how many times I gotta keep telling you I don't recall nothing.
He needs a shirt that says that.
Isn't it true?
I think it would sell.
That when D got in your car, he told you they just killed Nut.
I don't recall nothing.
Is it true that you told the detectives in this June interview, Demikion said they just killed Nut?
I don't recall nothing.
And when he said that, that's when Nard got into your car.
I don't recall nothing.
And is it true that once Nard got into the car, you stopped talking about the murder with Demikion?
Let me guess, you remember.
Nothing.
Oh,
Isn't it true that's what you told the detectives?
I don't recall.
Okay. Once Nard got in the call, did you have some concern about why D stopped talking?
I don't recall.
Is it true that you told the detectives when Nard got in the call, I'm like, D stopped talking? And I'm like, why the hell D stopped talking? I ain't saying nothing. I'm in the car riding.
I don't recall.
He's gonna recall on this one.
While you were in the call with D and Nard,
I think he's gonna recall.
I don't recall.
Damn it.
Is it true that you told the detectives Moon took FaceTime you and said Nut just got shot, boy?
Nothing I said was true. Why you keep asking me, is it true? I don't recall nothing I said to the police.
And your response to Moontook was, I'm like, I just heard it, boy. He said your name on Instagram. And you said, I'm just getting out of the house. I ain't had no parts of it.
Yeah, I don't recall nothing.
Is it true that's what you told the detectives? That after once Moontook called you, he said to you, I just heard it, boy. He said your name.
I'm sorry.
He said your name on Instagram. I'm just getting out of the house. I didn't have any parts of it.
I don't recall.
And they asked you, who was Nard?
I don't recall.
Do you know who Nard is?
When you asked me that back there, what I told you?
Do you know who Nard is?
No, I told you back there. I didn't know who Nard was.
All right, I think it's gonna call right here.
I don't recall nothing.
Damn it!
I don't told the investigators.
My question to you is,
I
have you ever
felt
seen
it this
Nard?
time.
And when they asked you who Nard was, is it true you told the police that Nard was locked up?
I don't recall.
and they asked you what he was locked up for, and you told them what he was locked up for.
I don't recall.
Then they continued to get more information. When Nard got into the car, you said, D, stop talking. Once you
Come
left
on,
McDonald's, where did you
recall.
go?
Come on, recall.
I don't recall. I don't even recall going to McDonald's. I don't recall nothing that you're talking about. I don't recall no lie that I told the investigators. You got me here to tell the truth, but you keep asking me about some lies I don't made up.
Is it true that you told detectives y'all got on the expressway?
Nothing I said is true. I don't recall.
And is it true that you told the detectives that they followed you, that you were following the Nitro up to Thug's house?
I don't recall.
And isn't it true then you said you followed them to Thug's house, and you said once you dropped off the Mikion and Nard at Thug's house?
Come on, right
I
here.
don't recall.
Damn it.
Do you recall going to Thug's house the night that Donovan Thomas was murdered?
I don't recall.
Is it true you told the detective? So we followed him to Thug's house. He stayed downtown at the Sky House.
I don't recall.
Did Thug stay at the Sky House back in 2015?
I don't recall.
Is it true that once you got to Thug's house that Nard got out of the car?
I don't recall.
Is it true you told the detectives that once you got to Thug's house, Nard got out of the vehicle?
I don't recall.
I'm gonna be saying this shit all
Is it
night now.
true
I don't recall.
that when Nard got out of the vehicle, Demikian told you they just killed Nut?
I don't recall.
Is it true that's what you told the detectives? That once Nard got out of the car, he told you, Demikian told you they just killed Nut?
I don't recall. No lie I told the police.
And isn't it true that when Demikian told you they just killed Nut, he pointed in the direction of Thug, Nard, and Shannon, who was getting out the car?
I tell the police anything get them out my face.
And
I do not recall one thing I told the police.
And isn't it true you told the detective? You told detectives, your response, I'm like who? And he just pointed towards Nard and them.
Oh, Trey,
I don't recall.
how does this help Dalton?
Isn't it true that you then told Demikian,
It doesn't.
I'm not gonna get caught up in all of this?
Damn.
I don't recall.
After that, then they asked you why they think that you did it.
I don't recall.
And your response was, because me and Kel get into it.
I don't recall.
And they asked you, what does Nard have to do with it?
I don't recall.
And you told the detectives, this is what I want to tell you. I think Thug and Nut had problems with each other.
I don't recall.
And weren't you telling the detectives information that you learned from Demikian?
I don't recall.
And they actually asked you if Demikian would come down there and talk with them, correct?
I don't recall.
And you told them, I don't think he's gonna come down because when you gave them Demikian's number the first time, Demikian never called them.
I don't recall.
And you actually told the detectives you encouraged Demikian to call the police.
I don't recall.
And you told the detectives, I told D, I love you too much. I helped you. These niggas not for you, bro. And you
This man and stood up and stretched. And nobody thought that was weird. I thought he was about to attack the lady.
Didn't D tell you that they hid the car and the guns after the murder of Donovan Thomas?
I don't recall.
Isn't that what you told the detectives that D told
Kato
you?
Kato my ass.
And the guns.
I tell the detectives anything they want to hear. If they go for it, they go for it. I don't recall.
And didn't you tell the detective it was a gray car?
I don't know. I don't recall what I told them.
Nope, I ain't talking about Melnick being suspended. It really doesn't
What I
matter.
don't told them.
It's for some child support case shit.
You told them that it was not a Pontiac.
I tell them anything. As long as I throw them out, that's all that matters.
You also told them that it was a rental vehicle, correct?
I tell them anything to throw them out.
And although you're telling us today that you said anything to throw them off, is it true that you told the detectives, I promise you, I ain't lying. I hate jail. I'll be damned. The nigga try to kill me and my child.
I do hate jail.
That's what you tell them when you say you lying. You put it on God.
Is it true that you told the detectives, I promise you, I ain't lying. I hate jail. I'll be damned. The nigga tried to kill me and my child.
God.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I promise you I ain't lying. I'm telling you. Oh God. My right hand to God, I ain't lying.
Why that mean whatever say my left hand to God? What's so special
I
about
just
the
feel like
right
it's time
hand?
to take a break. It's about time for our morning break. Let's take a
Because the right is supposed to be where the angel is, and the left is where the devil is. You know, in cartoons when you have the little, the devil and the angel talking to you. Angel's always on the left side, and the devil's always on the right. Or
Well,
no,
that's
screwed up.
because it's going back at you through the TV. But
I might have got
skip forward,
Okay, yeah, I think it's just a bunch
probably
of.
go about 15 more minutes in the damn way. Damn, he come back stretching. Fuck.
Probably took a nap.
He was live from inside the little waiting room before court started.
Oh shit.
We're going live on IG.
Jeez.
He gave up on Facebook. I mean YouTube.
Mr. Copeland, back in 2015, were you mentioning any of Thug's songs? Was your nickname Woody mentioning any of Thug's songs?
Huh?
They're bringing up the lyrics.
Any of his songs back in 2015?
Back in 2015?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you recall telling the detectives that he put your name in these songs, and he doesn't know? You don't know why he put your name in these songs.
I didn't like him rapping about me.
Why didn't you like him rapping about you?
Huh?
Why didn't you like him rapping about you?
Because it's my life. Like, don't be lying on me.
What do you mean by that?
Don't be lying on me.
Are you talking about in the rap songs?
Yes.
What did you think were lies that he was telling on you in the rap song?
I don't recall.
Do you recall what the verse was or what he said in the rap song?
You know English. No, I don't recall.
Damn, me speak no English.
Now,
and the judge can't do nothing.
The gun that you had, the gun that was at the Dunbar Center.
I ain't had no gun.
Was there a gun that was in a H&M bag that they found at the Dunbar Center?
You did have the gun, Woody.
And
you brought it in there.
That Quindarius Zachary or Little D from Cleveland purchased that gun for you.
I don't recall.
Okay. Isn't it true that you told the detectives when they asked you, how did you get possession of that gun? You said, I got it the day he bought it for me.
I don't recall.
And you asked, and you said, yeah, he bought it for me. He bought it out of the pawn shop for you.
I don't recall.
This is the whole day if I don't recall.
I don't recall.
And you purchased the gun because...
Right, what are they getting out of this?
I don't recall.
I don't know.
How does this help their case?
That you were able to defend yourself.
It doesn't. Hey,
because
Nicole.
of the retaliatory shootings that were happening back in 2015.
I don't recall.
I like Hilton stilettos. She a bad mama jammer. She been standing up for a while.
You recall telling the detectives that nothing told you had a right to protect yourself.
I don't recall.
But that you couldn't take the gun and
That's
you
a
went to the club.
thin heel. That's a stiletto.
I don't recall.
But she's dressed like a high school dean, though.
Yeah, I don't like her wardrobe
Center
choices.
with the gun, were you trying to sell that gun?
I was at Dunbar Recreation playing basketball.
Okay. And while at the Dunbar Recreation Center playing basketball, did you have the gun that Quindarius Zachary purchased for you?
I had a basketball.
Isn't it true that you also had the gun that Quindarius Zachary purchased for you?
I had my shirt off. I was playing basketball.
Where was
Never
the gun?
played that. I played basketball, though.
You tell me.
Isn't it true that the gun was sitting on the bench?
I'm guessing
And the basketball
basketballs like
He didn't serve time for this gun. He's still talking about he ain't had it. He served time for it.
That you had it at the Dunbar Recreation Center.
I ain't have no gun.
Isn't it true that you told the detectives that you gave them the gun to sell and that they were going to sell the gun, that you were trying to sell your gun that day that you got caught with the gun at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
I tell investigators anything.
I'm guessing basketball is like a weak ass version of basketball, just like pickleball is a weak ass version of tennis.
Matter of fact, isn't it true that you told the detective?
And if I'm not mistaken, he told this story on Kayla Bumper Show.
When I got out, they brought me the gun back, and I was like, I don't want it. I was still trying to sell it.
So this was one of the cases she had for him.
You know what I mean? When I got the gun, I got it from the green store. I went up to the park to go play basketball, but I was waiting on them.
And he said somebody called the police on him because he was walking up and down the street with them motherfuckers.
You talking about the Mickey or Quindarius? You said Little D from Cleveland. He was supposed to pull up and get it.
I tell the investigators anything to get them off me. I didn't have no gun. I didn't know nothing about the gun. When they said something about the gun, I was confused, shot, lost. That's why they let me go that same day.
And
why they arrest you? Because your fingerprints were on it.
Detective Gates said, I'm talking about the one from the Dunbar Center. He said, that is what I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
He got arrested because his fingerprints were on the weapon.
That is what I'm talking about. I got out of jail from Henry.
And they reviewed surveillance tape of him bringing it in.
I did not go to jail.
Can you say that again?
Sure. Detective Gaither wanted to clarify that the gun she was referencing was the gun from the Dunbar Center. And your response was, that is what I'm talking about. I got out of jail from Henry County Monday, and police got me for the gun Tuesday. I did not go to jail.
Can you say it one more time?
Sure. Isn't it true that Detective Gaither wanted to make sure that you
good morning, B, or good
gun?
Evening. It may be morning.
So you clarified for her and said, that is what I'm talking about. I got out of jail from Henry County on Monday, and police got me for the gun on Tuesday. I did not go to jail.
I don't recall.
She ain't facing shit. She should have gave up yesterday. I wouldn't have brought this nigga back for a second day if I don't recall.
This is just boring the jury, really. And it's pissing them off. I'd be pissed off if I was the jury. They listen to this shit all day. I don't recall.
Were you still hanging?
Everybody is acquitted.
In 2015.
It's like, man, another waste of my work day or whatever it is I got to do for $15.
Isn't it true that you told the detective in that interview? 1 minute, D is with Shannon.
This is their star witness. This is what their whole case is based off of. His old interrogation tapes from 2015. And I told him she's now saying he don't recall and he lied.
Back in 2015, did you get all of your information from Little D from Cleveland? Excuse me, Little D from Mechanicsville.
Say that again?
Back in 2015, because you were locked up from parts of time, did you get all of your information from Little D from Mechanicsville?
I'm Mr. Make Believe. I make it up. I don't recall. Nothing I don't make it up.
I like that.
Keep telling you that.
Isn't it true that you told the detectives in the same June 2015 interview, I get all my information through Little D, and they clarified which Little D, and you said Mechanicsville.
Tell us, Mr. Make Believe.
And they said, so Demikion, and you said yes.
I don't recall. Nothing I don't say. Whatever I made up to the police.
Okay. Do you recall saying that he's always in the midst of everybody? Everyone talks through him. You know what I mean? I can always just ask. I can call Lil D right now, and he will sit here and tell me what's going on.
I don't recall nothing, but I do know that I tell Lil D what to say. So if I told the investigators to go ask Lil D something, it's because I don't told Lil D to be prepared for it.
Now,
I think she's just going to go over that whole interview.
In 2015, did you know someone by the name of Valerie or V?
Question.
Valerie.
Who?
Did you know someone by the name of Valerie?
I don't recall.
Pretty much that's what she's doing.
That you told the detectives that it was Valerie who told you that Thug wanted to kill you.
I don't recall. Nothing I don't made up to the police.
Isn't it true that you told the detectives that Valerie got into a car while you were at a baby shower and told you that Thug was trying to kill you?
That wasn't true. I made it up. If I did say that, if I didn't say it, I don't recall nothing I said to the police.
Isn't it also true that on a jail call after June 10th, 2015, you told Max that Valerie told you that Thug was trying to kill you?
Because I told you one thing, I don't recall.
Yeah, stop giving explanations. Just stick with I don't recall. Yeah, Wood up there lying like a motherfucker. He snitched.
Now
he making up the snitching.
Isn't it true? Well, let me.
I ain't even mad at him. He making up for it. But if they still get found guilty, it's just
Monte
terrible.
Yet got it.
No, I don't got nothing else to say.
Isn't it true that you told the detectives in the same June 2015 interview, you saw Monte and Detective Gaither asked you which Monte? Your response, Yak. Like day before yesterday, went to the graveyard. But when I seen him, he was at my cousin's house. I was like, damn, man, we grew up together. They asked you, what is Yak's real name? Do you know? You said no. Detective Gaither, you said you grew up with him. Your response, I just know his first name, Monte. Don't know the last name. You said to Monte, MFers told me that Thug planned on killing me. And Monte's response to you was, hell nah, bro, I never heard that. He denied it. The person was never, you said that people will never say it. Word was, I was talking to the police too much. You feel what I'm saying?
So once I was released from Henry County Jail, everybody was asking me, did I hear the song? Everybody was telling me that Thug had put out the song Halftime. And the police were targeting me again. That's why they got me the next
He recalled the name of the song now.
I was like, damn, this nigga telling on me, putting me in his song. So I was mad at him, and I started plotting against him. I was telling one of my friends, and I was telling him, hey man, this nigga trying to make it seem like I'm out here. Ooh, I said what I said to my buddy. And yeah, I didn't like the simple fact that he was saying stuff that didn't have nothing to do with him in his song. Like, why is you rapping about what I'm doing in the streets? Like, they didn't got nothing to do with. So yeah, I was mad with him, and I was plotting on him.
When did the song Halftime come out?
I don't, man, that song was old, but when he put it out, the police started making it seem like it was a new song, and then they started trying to use that song to say that this and that and third.
Is Halftime the only song that mentions your name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are we gonna cut it from here?
I just know this song made the police come after me, and I didn't like the simple fact of it. I didn't give nobody permission to say nothing about me in no song.
They give it 5 minutes.
Why do you leave the song when police started coming after you?
Because that's what they said. They said it. That's what the investigator told me.
What did the investigator tell you?
I don't know.
So is it your testimony that the investigator said, hey, because your name is in the song, we're now coming after you?
What I do go to the grave with me. You hear me?
Well, yesterday you did disclose that you and Threat shot up Rich Homie Quan's barbershop.
Yeah, you got me frustrated, and I ain't mean to say that.
Okay. Do you recall asking the judge if you could say it?
I was frustrated.
Now, they asked you, why would Thug be nervous if he had nothing to do with anything? And your response is, y'all keep saying my name. They saying me and Thug. That's what I keep saying, but I had no parts in it. Are you talking about the fact that you had no parts in killing Nut?
I don't recall nothing I said to no police.
Now, isn't it true that
nothing I said is true? Okay. Nope.
Up until June of 2015, were you trying to keep what you knew about Nut's murder to yourself?
Can you say that again?
Sure. Prior to this interview in June of 2015, were you trying to keep what you knew about Nut's murder to yourself?
I don't know what you mean.
Isn't it true that you told detectives, this is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. I'm asking you with the murder, I'm trying to explain it. I act like I never heard about it. I act like I never told D and none of them, period. So I just kept it to myself.
Yeah, I tell so many lies and different stories to the point I don't even know. I don't have a clue what I don't see. All I know was I'm innocent. And today I'm innocent. And very innocent.
All right, G, I've been going off to the bathroom for like 30 minutes. I can't hold it no more. Let's cut it right here.
All right, y'all.
Thanks, everybody. Peace.
To the next episode.
Yeah.
We out. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the tidbit. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Hoppin', cookin', whippin', shippin', till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving pack niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hatin' cause they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it burn it, don't speak. Pour up, I need some more. a nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm too geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me Money Boy or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for shoes. Yeah, when we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Niggas talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 Limp Biscuit.